So, welcome back to European Championships, Dodgeball 2017. My name is Sam Mason. I'm here with Louis from 24/7. How you doing?
All good, buddy. How are we?
Yeah, not bad. I've been commentating over on Court 2, which has been live streamed to YouTube. Yeah, really good games over there. How's everything been for yourself?
Yeah, long morning, good morning. Lots and lots of good games. And how exciting is this afternoon? We've got some pool games to finish with, but then we're straight in the deep end with the quarterfinals.
Absolutely, yeah. Just one last group game we've got here on Court 1, which is a women's game between Sweden and Austria.
Sweden fast improving from what I understand in the dodgeball world.
Yeah, absolutely. They didn't used to take everything quite serious.
Well, look at them now. They're not taking everything that serious in the background either.
This is more serious than they ever used to take it. But yeah, I would say Austrians here are fan favourites. Favourites to win the game as well. Obviously, European champions at the minute, looking to retain their title. So yeah, heavily favourites there.
Yeah, European champions. They're absolutely flying, really, aren't they? They're a pretty organised unit, and they've certainly come here to win the gold.
Absolutely. But as part of the England Academy myself, I am definitely backing the England men, the England women, and the England mix to all win.
Oh, you're looking for the clean sweep, bud, are you?
Absolutely.
Oh, check that one out. England clean sweep at the European Championships, and obviously with the England men and England mixed already qualified for Madison Square Garden.
Absolutely.
It just leaves the women really with a little bit more pressure on them to make sure that they seal the deal this weekend.
Yeah. But yeah, absolutely backing them.
Yeah, I don't blame you. They're looking in pretty good form as well. We're almost ready to go here.
Yeah, so anyone watching live here on Unilad Sport, get your comments in. We'll do some shout-outs, any queries and questions you have. Also, if you're on Twitter, use the hashtag EuroDodge2017, and yeah, we'll do the same for yourselves.
Right, Sweden at the far end, as this picture shows us, but I think it's going to flip back to our original camera angle. Question is, I think, how long can Sweden stay in this one? I mean, there's two 15-minute halves, and try and fit in as many 3-minute games into those 15-minute halves. 2 points if you win a game and you manage to knock the opposition out, and only one if you draw
the end.
3 minutes
Absolutely.
are over.
So both Sweden and Austria both have a large following here in Glasgow. Brought a lot of squad members. So as you can see on your screens now, the support for both teams. Obviously Sweden in the normal colours of yellow and blue, and Austria in red and white. A lot of support for both nations.
Yeah, two of the craziest nations we've got here by a mile.
They both love a party, don't they, Louis?
Yeah, we were doing some filming earlier on, and we're just in the middle of it. It was great fun. It was like a mixture of après-ski and dodgeball, just jamming away in the crowd. It was pretty nice. Here we go. How long can Sweden stay in this one? I think that's the question. They're going to need a good start, aren't they, Sam? Surely.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got head refs here, James Tuthill and Alex Nelson, looking after this game for us. Oh, headshot to start with. That might be a sign of how the game will pan out for the rest of these 30 minutes.
Suffer that down at the bottom left, ping to the face.
Hit on number 22 for Austria there as well. So Sweden with the 3 balls have to make a move here. Austria looking to counteract that with a 2. Now in possession of 4.
Yeah, they're getting the balls back pretty quick, and now they're charging down Austria, and they've gone after 88, but she's had it in her hands, but unfortunately she spilt it.
Yeah, no catch there. I think it was a hit first. So Austria with 2 balls now, looking to counteract this Sweden attack. Oh, hit on the knee pad there. Oh, and another hit for the Sweden.
That's a good comeback down there. Shuffling back all the time, but straight off the knees, and then she's out the game. Oh, no. Pandemonium here is 55 is just getting pelters from everywhere, but she manages to hang in there. She's got the ball in hand.
Yeah, surprisingly.
2 left. Look like they're ganging up to the top left, but they missed by an absolute mile. They're going to have to get back to the back line to buy themselves some time to manage to get out of the way of what is going to be some sort of tidal wave coming down from Austria. 4's out
Oh,
the game.
decent hits there by Anna, number 21. She is a very good player, very well known in the dodgeball world. Helped to write all the rules with the European president, who is the Austrian coach as well.
Nice rules changing in this sport all the time due to it's just growing so fast.
Yeah, and it's just clarification. Loads of nations, loads of teams around Europe always find like loopholes and stuff that could be done.
Love a good loophole. Love a good loophole.
We have a team in England in the Premier League that's called, they're from Leicester Minotaurs they're called. They're very well known for finding a loophole in anything. They find a loophole within a loophole.
If you've got enough time to study the booklet, fair enough. That's a pretty good start from Sweden by the looks of it. 6
Yeah, yeah.
still in.
6
5 for Austria. Austria charging down the court now. Oh, 89. Oh, off the chest, but there's a
no catch there. So the rule there is she got hit, the ball is still live in the air, but then she got hit by another ball. So after she made the catch from the first ball, it doesn't count because she's been hit while the ball hasn't been secured.
unlucky.
That is one word for it, unlucky.
Chin up.
So high pressure here from the Austrians, releasing one.
It's just rockets and the big shoulders, really big arms. Body weight goes right the way through the ball, which makes it very hard to
Absolutely
duck out the way of. Sweden are still battling hard, but Austria back in charge as they've got, I think, four against 1. Heads up, 17. Uh-oh. Oh, it's the third ball that got her. That's the last thing you want when it's 1 against 5.
Absolutely.
And you just feel like you're backed into a corner. And there's you're in struggle city when there's five charging towards you like that. 4-0. One-way Austrian traffic.
Yeah, at the minute, it's only 2 games. There's plenty of time. 11 minutes and 8 seconds left on the clock in this first half. Sweden, plenty of time to make a staged comeback.
Yeah. Oh,
Good start.
73 surely took one to the knee there, didn't she?
The referee calling a block there.
Oh, that's a little bit on the 55 came screaming forward without the ball and ends up getting knocked out.
We won't joke about knockouts because there has been one, hasn't there, yesterday?
Yeah, someone got banged out, didn't they?
Absolutely, it was a clean knockout. I think it was a mixed game between Scotland and Slovenia. One of the men from the Scotland team headshotted a female from the Slovenian team and knocked her clean out.
Oh, counter-attack, they're doubling up on 11, who gets hit and stumbles on the floor. Yeah, it looked like a pretty nasty injury, that one. 88, all by herself. Oh,
what a catch. Catch and out, hit on the leg. Sliding back catch like that is known as a tombstone, if you're not aware.
Oh.
A tombstone catch.
Nice technical term. Look at that on the way back. You think anywhere else, any higher, she would have struggled to catch that going backwards, but the sport that I'm involved in, we call that right in the bread bin.
So 6-0 Austria starts the 4th game.
We're having a chat yesterday about if you were a cartoon character,
right,
or what cartoon character would you have in your dodgeball team?
Oh, very, very good question.
I went for the Tasmanian Devil. Thought the Tasmanian Devil would be
very good,
awesome to have in a dodgeball team.
I would go maybe it's not classed as a cartoon character, but something off a game, maybe like Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, Crash would be unreal.
Crash would be insane.
Yeah, Crash Bandicoot would be unbelievable.
So Sweden coming down here, 4-ball attack. Good catch there by an Austrian.
I think you'd find with Crash Bandicoot, he'd be a little bit more controlled than my Tasmanian Devil. Tasmanian Devil would just be flying around.
You can imagine a one-on-one between a Crash Bandicoot and a Tasmanian Devil.
If you've got any answers, please send them in to the Unilad page.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're, one to the chin.
Oh, great recovery catch.
Unlucky Sweden. Whatever you throw at the Austrians, they're just pretty relentless. Oh, 55 takes an absolute screamer off the shoulder.
Yeah, Steiner, number 23 there. Absolute clinical hit to finish the game. As you can see, the Austrians have their own personalised bibs for their ball retrievers. They're in the colour gold, and they are known as golden retrievers.
The golden retrievers themselves. Oh, some dodge that one by 4, just fading away to the right-hand side and letting the ball almost Matrix style, but she's been called out. She doesn't know why. I thought that was pretty legitimate from
block there.
Oh, to the middle. Just find that Sweden are choosing their target, going after them, and not being quite aware that an Austrian has got a ball coming from another direction, and they're getting called out quite high up the court.
They're being the Swedish team. They just need a little bit more of a tactical nous, I would say. The Austrians are very well equipped in all areas.
It's probably experience in a growing sport, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Just being in these situations more and more and learning from your mistakes or your performances. That is a part and parcel of any sport that you play. If you're a fairly new team, it's how quick can you learn?
Yeah, and for example, in England, we great hit there. Both up balls hitting the knees at the same time. Good timing. Yeah, both English nations and the UK nations have been playing 3-ball dodgeball this season and moving to 5-ball next year. However, the Austrians have played 5-ball throughout their leagues the whole of this season. So,
yeah, just keeping it up to date with the world.
Absolutely.
It's pretty important, I guess, when it transfers so quickly. If you're playing the same rules every week in your own domestic leagues, it's easier to adapt when it comes to the big ones like this tournament here.
Indeed.
Austria 8-0. 3 against 2. What was that? Oh, through the legs. Nice, number 11 just there.
It's a good move. It's a good move to dodge there. Just split your legs in. You can probably either jump. Players like to jump. Players like to duck. And then if you just carry on doing the same thing, you get like a reputation, and then teams know exactly what to do against you. And then people may see you as an easy out.
Oh, 88 has gone running backwards again.
18 flew up the court there on the running counter.
Rapid. That's Austria in a nutshell, and they're just so quick coming forward. 11 almost goes down like she's being shot, and then it's 10-0 Austria. This is intriguing stuff, really. Just love, like, when you're on the court, and obviously you've got 3 or 4 coming towards you at the same time, like, how do you prepare for that? You stay quite still and you try and watch all 3 wrists of the opposing thrower?
It's very difficult. If you throw,
nice catch in there,
lovely catch. If you throw and then you're tracking back, you either just make an effort to just gamble and dodge the way you think the ball won't go, or you set yourself and then plant your feet, get on the balls of your feet, and then pick one of the 3 balls coming at you and maybe just go for it and gamble for a catch.
I guess in other sports, I mean, like my background would be volleyball and it would be cricket. You're always waiting to watch the wrist or something like that. But I guess the contact time in the hand is so much longer in dodgeball.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to obviously pick and wait that long because it's going to be coming very fast at you. Still 3 in for Sweden. 7's back in, having a little chat. Secrets, where are they going?
Yeah, because there's no real point in this loud atmosphere, obviously created by both the Austrians and the Swedish supporters.
Yeah, they're having a great time, that's for sure.
No point in shouting that loud, because there's probably no point. There's probably no going to hear him. You're not going to hear him. So go together, group.
Oh, there's a spillage up the top.
I know that was an easy catch there. She should be making that, but her Austrian teammates backed her up and got the hit anyway.
10-0 with 4 left.
Jan, dodgeball, okay, rules. So, basic rules. 6 players per court, per side, sorry. 5 balls in the middle. To start off with, the middle ball is contested by both teams. And then each team, the 2 balls on the team's left, they can run for. They can't run for the balls on their right. Then, the team with the majority of balls has to make an attack. They have to throw all but 1. So, have 3 balls, throw 2, have 4 balls, throw 3, have 5 balls, throw 4. If you get hit by a ball, you are out. If you catch a ball, the person who threw that ball is then out, and then you get the first person out who was on your team back into play. So that's why there is an out box on the left of the court, and you line up in the order you have been hit out.
On the money.
Absolutely on the money.
And if you don't know, now you know.
As you can see, there are 3 lines in the middle of the court. You can walk all the way up to the furthest line, past the centre. But in between those 2 lines, the centre line, just ignore for a second, the 2 lines either side of that, both teams can enter, and that is called the central zone. So there can be a little bit of mayhem if 2 players from opposing teams are both caught in there and you have close dodgeball action.
Then you can have the old leap of faith as well, huh?
Yes, the leap of faith. It's been changed to a sacrifice. So if you can run, take off from that furthest line, and then throw whilst in the air, and then hit the opposing player. If you manage to hit the opposing player whilst in the air, your sacrifice is successful, and then you are still a live player. You can be hit from the opposing side. You have to run back to your side of the court. It's not very common in the women's game. Usually common in the men's side.
Look at that, shoulder through the ball. Big plant with the forward foot, and then allowing the body weight to just rock through the ball.
Oh, great catch. On the shoulder.
Just watches it right in the hands, huh? Takes it up high.
Absolutely.
Very nice.
So, only 50 seconds left in this half. Austria 14-0.
Just again, 4, 5 Swedish players just coming forward together, just trying to pick on one. That's some dodging from the Austrian at the top centre of your picture, just managing to avoid all 3. And now it's the Austrians' turn to have an attack, and they've also missed. So they're just a bit of a standoff early on. No one really being... Sweden would just love to try and take a game here off the Austrians, surely. Looks like we're running out of time at the end of the first. Sweden just running it out. Austria charging forward with 3, 17 under pressure, but she's just hanging on in there. She's just waiting patiently for the attack, but now they have a chance.
And
Sweden,
that's it, time.
Windmills, and we are at half-time.
Half-time.
So 14-0.
Yep. Time 16-0 because of that end game.
Also, yesterday, what we were talking about during the breaks was if you could have one sport style that could transfer from any other sport to play dodgeball.
Right, okay.
Who would it be?
Well, I said this yesterday to Greg, I would have picked David Beckham just so he can get the money into the sport.
Yeah,
all about the money, all about the sponsorship.
That's a good way of bringing it through. I went with Tom Brady.
Ah, very good choice.
That might bring you both. might help you
Absolutely.
Out rocket arm as well.
You could have some, I don't know, some gymnasts for their insane dodging style.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I was thinking like martial arts a little bit as well, or taekwondo. Jake Jones would be pretty good on the
absolutely
getting out the way. But then somebody commented on Unilad Sport, said Odell Beckham, because all we looked at were throwers, but then you look at how good some of the receivers are.
Catching,
Imagine that.
Yeah, Odell Beckham. Anyone else out there watching it on Unilad Sport, send some suggestions in, please, of who you think would be a great transfer from another sport into this great sport that we love of dodgeball. So, still at half-time here. Teams just preparing for the start of the second half. Last-minute tactics from coaches, last-minute tactics from players to each other.
Yeah, we all know that sport in general is a big game of problem solving.
Absolutely.
You have to solve problems, you have to make decisions. And the team who can solve problems the quickest are usually, well, if not winning, the team that are fast improving. Sweden still having a good time here, but this one is one-way traffic for sure.
Absolutely. Totally agree.
Austrians are having a great time. Look at this down here. Side to side, up and down.
They're partying already.
Just jamming. Just come to dodgeball and jam out. I do like that about this sport. Everyone's having a great time, but it's also entertaining, it's competitive. You still see the coaches taking performance analysis. Still got the video cameras out, still scouting the opposition. You still see all of the professional things from other sports coming into dodgeball. And that just shows how serious they do take it. Sometimes you might not think so because they're dancing around going crazy, but there's a lot of preparation, there's a lot of professionalism, and it's definitely a sport that's growing fast.
So, as you can tell, the atmosphere is building here. The Austrians bring their own boombox system linked to their iPad and play such great music to get the crowd and players pumped. Look at them all having a great time there. So, underway, second half, Austria versus Sweden. Austria currently 16-0.
I don't know how this number 6 from Austria gets through the day on the left-hand side. If she's not playing and moving around everywhere, she's partying on the side, dancing, going absolutely nuts.
Yeah, she's a live wire.
Yep, she definitely is. Oh, take one to the shoulder, Austria, and get out. See you later. Sweden have come out in slightly better form.
Early in this second half.
Yeah, still 5v4. Oh, absolute onslaught. They got all 5 balls. 2 out. 2 at the same time. 77 surely has to go as well. She's looking around. She's a little bit confused, but I'm sure it took a deflection off 1 and then hit 77. She's not been called as of yet. Maybe she's unaware. There are balls flying everywhere throughout that stage of the game.
Absolutely. So, 3-on-3 here.
Oh, what?
So,
no way.
3 successful sacrifices by the Austrians to finish the game. Watch this, bang.
Suffer that, Sweden, and sit down. Haven't seen that before.
What a way to end a set.
Is that be called football gung-ho?
Absolutely.
be maybe the term, just going gung-ho.
Could you imagine if a team did that from the beginning?
Yeah, just
5 players. All 5 players got all 5 balls and all sacrificed.
Just, unbelievable. What a threat these Austrians have in the locker. Oh, to the floor. It's a good decision because they both go flying over the top.
Absolutely. Just split.
Steiner is
Decisions.
absolutely jamming out here as she's playing. Down at the bottom right. she's just bouncing around.
I believe last Euros, the boombox system that the Austrians brought, when it got to like the semi-finals and the final stage, because it was so tense, players on court asked for it to be turned off and for only crowd noise to be available. Oh, what a catch! That is a catch and out because she has slid across the back line, but the catch was secure first.
So gets her buddy back in.
So she gets her buddy back in, but she is out, and the person who threw that ball is also out.
Sweden, go Sweden. What have you got? Where are you going? Oh, on the counter, does well to jump out the way anyway. The Swede at the top left of the screen.
Yeah, number 77 pressuring at the front, then retreating back to the back of the court.
3-3-2. Oh, flip on the cam. Here we go, 73. Looks like you're getting ambushed. Nope.
Oh, switch to the other player. Oh, nice shot on the shin there.
That was interesting. Two of them decided to go and ambush Swede at the top right of the screen, and then there was a counter-attack from the Swede on the left-hand side. So that's almost planned, isn't it?
Yeah. So when you have three players like that, and they all have 3 balls, the other 2, and the person on the right didn't have a ball, I don't know why. So the idea is the middle person and the right person of the Austrian 3 there attack the person without a ball. They're more guaranteed to get a hit, and then the person that is opposite the person with the ball, they've got like a one-on-one standoff, so she has the opportunity to end the game.
That's exactly what just happened there. It's good work from the Austrians, being able to, well, they're in a position of power anyway. This is a bit of a whitewash, but, oh, 22 is pinged on the knees, hands up, out you go. Three Swedes attacking down the court, again going for Steiner, number 23, but there's a good block, but maybe there wasn't a block as 17 from Sweden. It's given her marching orders from the referee. 3v3. Oh, nice.
Oh, good hit there on number 20 for Austria.
Great block first, and then her opponent went to floor, and she just took full-on advantage and just absolutely rattled one straight at the body of her opponent.
So no hits there on the Austrian attack. Sweden come back with a return hit.
2 left. Come on, Sweden.
Just over 10 minutes to go in this second half.
We want you on the scoreboard, Sweden. Just going gang.
Unlucky there, blocked onto herself. So that is also a rule I may have missed. The ball is not dead until it hits the floor. So when you throw a ball, it could hit one player, then not bounce and hit straight into another player. Both players are out.
Double gains.
Double gains. Also, if you block the ball and it goes in the air, that can still be made a catch. So if you're very good at blocking, you can start to angle your blocks, block into the air, get a catch from it, and get that player out.
That's where the rules have been evolving over the past year or so, huh? Just changing.
Yeah, just taking rules from every continent's games, merging them into one so everyone can play one unified game.
That's awesome. And with the qualifications in Africa next week, so I hear, for the World Cup as well, and it's just a game that just keeps ticking over, and with the World Cup in Madison Square Garden, surely that's going to provide some platform for the sport in general, and hopefully with potential sponsors.
Absolutely, it's going to be such an event.
Ploughing some money into the game, it's going to be excellent stuff. Oh, off the knee, you're out of here, Austria. Oh, rocket arm from 21 from Austria, just pinging off the knee of the Swede. Just a bit relentless, these Austrians. They just don't really want to give in. 4 left. I think 2 balls for Sweden, 3 for Austria. So you're going to think Austria are going to charge here. 77 just hanging behind. Oh, it's blocked from 21, and now the heat's on Sweden, surely. Nice work from Austria.
So level in this game at the minute. 4 for Austria, 4 for Sweden. Sweden getting a hit there. She's going out. Oh, great toe shot there by Anna.
Yeah, off the toe. Frustration for Sweden. The player just bounces a ball into the floor and walks off in a huff.
Frustration. Can only be frustration.
I get it. Oh, game over. Just two Austrians teaming up to go on an offensive assault of the Swedish defender. Unhappy days for Sweden here. They're going to want to try and get on the board, aren't they?
Yeah. But as many of the dodgeballing world will know, the Austrians take everything so seriously. They no mercy with their dodgeball. They're not one for being faint-hearted.
100% not. They're a relentless crew. What have you got, Sweden? Come on, just for the crowd. Get a couple on the scoreboard, will you?
Yeah, I think the crowd will go absolutely crazy.
22 was the target for 3 there, and one finally just chipped her on the shoulder. So doing the long walk of shame around the outside of the court.
So 5 in for Austria, 4 in for Sweden. Oh, drop there by Anna, number 21.
It's fascinating, isn't it? Every time Sweden get the ball and they try and charge in 2s or 3s, there's always an Austrian ready to throw one back.
Yeah.
Just almost counter-attack from a deep position at the base of the court.
Like that, there's your running counter, there's your hit.
That's some whip of an arm. I mean, she's not the biggest or hasn't got the biggest shoulder, but it's a whip of an arm, isn't it? Like whippy and... Still in, 3 left, 3v3.
So 3 on 3 there. Good catch just previous to this by the Swedish player, bringing her teammate back in.
Tag.
Block,
Tag
catch off the block. Brings the player in. Sweden now up 3-2.
Well, the refs have got to have very quick eyes, huh? Oh, nice dodge, just going to ground, getting out of the way. Oh, face off, missed the sitter.
Oh, she missed it.
Not that time.
She should have. Didn't see the player on her left there.
2 coming forward for Austria. Oh,
Catch
nice
there!
Catch. Big celebrations. 3v1.
This could be it. This could be
Sweden.
it. Come on, Sweden.
Charge it. Oh, here you go. You've got 3 balls.
You've got to make a move now, Sweden. What can you do? Can you get this hit on number 18?
Here we go. Oh!
No hit there. Hit on the Sweden.
Straight in the jaw. Sweden down to 2. Attacking again is Austria. Whoa, now we're back to 1-1. Great work from 18. Managing to get successive hits in a row. But now she's in struggle town, but she manages to get out the way with a...
She's got to make a move. Again. No hit there. She's still got 4 balls. She's got more in her possession.
My money's all on Austria again now, surely.
Oh, there it is. Absolutely ruthless from the Austrians.
I mean, that was pretty legit from the Austrian. 1v3, and she just managed to get 2 hits in a row, and then all of a sudden, the momentum turns completely in the favour of the Austrians because they have 3 or 4 balls down their end. Crazy turn of the tide in there. Ooh. I've been hit by a dodgeball this week, and taking one to the face is...
Not nice.
Not something that I would recommend to anybody watching.
No, I think there must be just a miss on the scoreboard there. It should be 28 because you get 2 points. 2 points for a win of an end.
Sweden on the back foot again. Oh, sacrifices everywhere. That's 2 gone for... No, 1 gone for Austria. 3:40 on the clock, Sam.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious now that in this last group game, Austria are going to take it. Oh, 3 balls hitting her there. Take your pick which one you're going out for.
Just getting bombarded by dodgeballs.
So Austria coming forward here, 2 balls thrown, 3 balls thrown. Hit on number 27 there. So 3 players left in for Austria, 1 player left in for Sweden. Sweden comes forward. Hit there. Stays in from the, and dodges the counter from number 6 from Austria. Nice and easy block, she's just happy. Austria's just happy to sit there and block now.
Well, now they've got 2 balls, they've got the ball each now, haven't they? Now
yep.
6 has got out of the way, so now they have their chance to potentially storm forward, but...
So, counter there, block and double counter. Absolutely easy for the Austrians.
Lights out for Sweden.
Oh, still having a good time. He loves it. That is Pierre. Pierre for Sweden. The party king.
Yeah, he doesn't stop dancing all day, Pierre, does he?
No.
Dodgeball has many characters. Last 1:38 on the clock, 1:37. Oh, just sacrificing everywhere. I think that's 1 gone from each, so maybe the gamble pays off for the Austrians.
Yeah, a 1-for-1 in dodgeball is not a... Oh, brilliant there. A 1-for-1 is not a bad situation because you've got someone out, so you can just rely on your teammates to sort everything out from there.
Yeah, oh, 4 at the same time on the sacrifice from Austria this time. There's 4 going forward, and they've been so successful, and Sweden are down to 1. I think maybe, do you think that Austria potentially could be training the sacrifice for sort of later on in the competition? Because they're using it an awful lot, and I don't think they're doing it to really ridicule the Swedes, but maybe it's something they're going to use later on when they come up against the likes of England or... yes.
I agree. Shout out to Gary Robin, who's just commented, saying this should be an Olympic sport. I absolutely, totally agree with you in that sense.
Yeah, I agree, to be fair.
It brings such excitement, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think...
Hopefully one day.
Athleticism, and I think as the quicker that dodgeball can make the change and obviously step away from the sort of, as much as it is a fun element, but people understand how athletic and how good your motor skills have to be. You have to have great vision, balance, your agility, your speed has to be good.
Power.
Yeah, power, like explosiveness, like all of these things that contribute to being a very good athlete. You need them in dodgeball for sure.
There has been rumours of conversations with the Olympic Committee. Tom Hickson, the head of the World Dodgeball Association, is trying to sort something out, I believe. So yeah, hopefully in the next few Olympic years, dodgeball will make an appearance.
I think with Tom Hickson is quite the visionary as well for dodgeball. I think he only has big things planned for the sport. And with complete admiration for Tom as a man and as a leader of the association. I think he's doing a grand job taking the sport to places where it's potentially never been before. Yeah,
so that's the game finished. You can see both teams having a really good time. Dodgeball community is so close. Like, the friends, everyone is friends off the court. When you step onto the court, yes, you're going to be enemies. Yes, you want to win. But as soon as the game finishes, everyone's back to being pally-pally.
Is that the same in every team?
Yes, same with every nation. So yes, final score there, Austria 32, Sweden 0. If esports can be in Olympics, dodgeball should be too. Totally agree. Totally agree.
If what, sorry?
If esports
Yeah, very true.
Frederick, what is the next quarter-final? Unfortunately, I can't bring that information to you right now because there has been some shuffling around with the schedules because of this live stream. Some countries wanted their games to be streamed rather than others, and there's been a vote to which game should be streamed on either here on Unilad Sport with me and Louis, or with Greg and Jake over at on YouTube under the World Dodgeball Association YouTube page. So we're not sure. As soon as the players come onto court and start warming up, you'll be able to see for yourselves Austria in white at the minute and France in the purple. So this looks like this is going to be the quarter-final in the men's category. Are you doing?
Yeah, no, it's not this one, it's the next one.
So we are back with the dodgeball here on court 1. Just about to get underway. Austria men's versus France men's. Oh, mixed, sorry, mixed.
So the mixed are on. Austria have just been on flames in the mixed as well. Austrian men deployed in the wide positions. They're one up already as 3 come forward. They've got 3 balls in their hands. France are ready to counter, but they go straight to the right-hand side. It's good work from the Austrians, just knocking another French player out, and probably going to start as they mean to go on here. 3 in the hands of France. They're going to attack first. They're making the court really big. Some catch as well from Austria, but they've already got 6 in, so just the French player gets her marching orders, and nobody comes in for Austria because they can't have any more than 6. Wildfire from France as Austria just look dominant in here. Another French player is gone. Uh-oh, France. Oh, taking pelters everywhere. Ref says play on. There was maybe a catch, or maybe the ball went out the back, or sorry, out the sideline, but France staying to tell the tale.
Great hit there. That's taking a key Austrian player out of the game.
Yeah, he's big unit, isn't he?
Yeah, Koch 27.
Absolute weapon for Austria. But they ganged up on him, France, and they got rewarded. Oh, nice dodge, little left foot.
Hit and a catch from Vincent there for France.
They've turned this one around, France.
And a hit there to finish that one off.
Interesting. France were all at sea through the early stages of that game, but they hung in there. And as you said, Vincent was unreal. There's 1 or 2 dodges where his left leg, he just managed to pull it out the way, let the ball go past.
Yeah,
and then just built momentum through that.
Absolutely, and then threw a standing counter on one player and then caught another player. 2-player turnaround from 1 player from France.
Sick.
So I do now have the confirmation of the fixtures here on court 1. So here is the mixed Austria versus France. Next on will be the men's quarter-final, Northern Ireland versus Czech Republic. And then after that will follow the women's quarter-final, Austria versus Switzerland. And then finally, the mixed Czech Republic versus the mixed Republic of Ireland, which is a playoff, positional playoff.
Remember, just running 45 minutes behind schedule as well, so.
Due to earlier coach transport delay at the beginning of the day.
That's actually having a look, if that's 2:45. We started at 3:15, didn't we? I don't know, we look like we're on...
We may be back on time now.
We're half an hour behind schedule, I think.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, near enough, within reason.
So, Austria here, 5 players left on court, only 1 French player. They've clearly clearly didn't like how France took the first game there, so they've really turned it up now. Double running count. Oh, catch there by number 15.
Catches out. That's probably pretty smart from the French player, just due to the fact that I would not want
Those
3
2
of
guys
those coming towards me. I'd have to run off, get my crash helmet on, get my shoulder pads on, and then I'd be happy maybe to take an onslaught from those big dudes. But
yeah, so how the mixed usually work, the guys will play wide with 1 in the middle, and they will do the majority of the throwing, leaving the women sometimes just to concentrate on catching. But obviously, the Austrian women...
Oh, 5 balls, all with the
bang,
Austrians.
See you later. But obviously, Austrian women are so phenomenal as well. They can handle... If it was ended up being 3 players left each side, and it was the 3 men versus the 3 Austrian women, sometimes I would back the Austrians to win that. Still, yeah, absolutely. Because they'll train with each other. The Austrians will train against like men mixed versus mixed, so the Austrians are always used to playing against the opposite sex.
Yeah, I think that's super important, isn't it? Like you're a product of the environment that you're based in.
Yeah.
And if your environment is constantly against athletes who are bigger and stronger than you, then you're going to come into competition feeling the absolute benefit of that. 6 in from both teams. France storming forward with all 3 guys. All off the left hand of the Austrian. She is now trottering around the back. So there's 2 down. France, they need to make the most of this position now, but unfortunately they've lost 1. So 5 versus 4 France, claim the ball as quick as possible. Don't let that one go over the neutral zone, France. You need every ball you can get at this stage. Storming forward, 4 French and 3 Austrians. That's some duck by Weber, number 9. They're all going towards her, and she just hit the deck. Managed to see all of them just fly past her.
A good 3-ball attack there by the Austrians, headed by the number 10 there.
Oh, what a catch, 29, Kramer. Jumping, taking the ball high, and that turns the tide completely for Austria, because that brings someone back in for them. It demotes another one of the French, and all of a sudden they're 3 and 2 up. When they were earlier, I think they had 2 left, and France had 4. I'm not quite sure if that's completely true, but another one.
Double catch.
Kremser's on absolute
Kremser and Rasinga,
flames.
29, number 15.
She is on flames out there at the moment for Austria.
Absolutely.
Bringing the heat. That's a game changer. 6-2 now for the Austrians.
Kelly, you're after this one, yeah? Okay. So, Austria, 6-2 up now. After this quarter-final, we have a reporter who will be side of court, Kelly. She will be taking an interview from both a French member and also an Austrian member, so you can get some post-match information from the players themselves. Guys, for you that are watching, please keep your comments coming in. Unilad Sport here, European Championships in Glasgow. Also Twitter, hashtag Eurododge 2017. You want some club shout-outs, we're here for that.
Oh, fire. 12 just picks up the loose one. Austria retreat, and then France have yet another opportunity to fire forward. 3 at once. There's a counter coming from deep, but choosing their time to attack back.
Good blocks there by Decker, number 71. Just waiting for a ball to be played back onto the court, going across to court 4 there.
Vincent again just cruising forward before choosing to come back and attack as a team 4, but there's a counter, but no good. But it might have just sometimes just counts as a very good distraction, doesn't it?
Yeah, so
even a counter might just put the opposition off
absolutely,
their throw.
so it can be used as an absolutely offensive weapon to hit the player out, or just throw a meaningless counter, put it at their feet, maybe bounce it in front of them, just put them off their running stride.
After a very lively start, France are now, well, they've got the odds against them, but there's a long time left. Oh, there's a block. Vincent's under pressure, but that's casual.
Very casual by Vincent.
Just flip it off, just get the ball in the way and just pop it off to the side netting. Here you go, France. What do you got? 2v6. You're going to have to put your crash helmets on now, you guys, because you're going to get absolutely bombarded.
Great hits there. on Vincent, taking him out of the game. 6 minutes left in this first half.
Hailing dodgeballs onto the windscreen of Vincent there. Just must be a terrifying place to be standing with so many athletic players storming towards you, trying to make all. Kremser just catches another one. She's on fire.
Absolutely.
3, 4, 5 catches, just easy for
like
her.
It's nothing.
Easy for the Austrian. I'll tell you what, like, people will be watching how important it is to obviously hit the opposition, but Kremser just making 5 or 6 catches like she's had. She's just kept Austria really in control. It's great form from her. I think she's out now by the looks of it. I think she's been subbed.
Yes, Austrians have they've got strength and depth in their squad. They can take anyone out, put anyone in, they'll do the exact same job.
Line's gone. The lethal left arm of Hoffman is going to storm forward now. Oh, it's a quick one, but it bounces to the left-hand side of the French and out the side of court.
So 3-ball attack, 2 throw, 1 held.
They're scheming. It's working. Communicating very well, going for their target, sending them out the back. Another one goes, France. Something tells me if they can get this one before half-time, they're at least going to go into half-time with a little bit of belief that they can make it back. If they lose this one, then it's a bit of a marathon to get back into this game. Big time for France. Oh, 2 hits on 12. See you later. Surely France are the favourites. 1 catch would definitely turn the tide, though, that's for sure. They need one here, though, Sam, surely. This is the time for France. If they can take the next one.
See, now it's 2 guys versus 3 girls for France.
Absolute Mexican standoff before France decide to take.
So, running counter.
Interesting thing here is when you're looking at the strength, there's 2 guys left in for Austria.
3 girls left in
3 girls for France, so it's pretty even. They're going to need to do something, though, here, France. Counter doesn't work.
The standing counter did.
Ooh.
On Schmidt.
See you later, Schmidt.
Hoffman left in, number 39. Oh, it's a great hit. That's a great hit on the ankle there. France taking that set.
French high fives all round because 8-4 reads a lot better than 10-2, which is what it would have been if the French would have let that one slip. So it keeps them within range. And they also have time on their side at this moment.
Yes, this is the mixed quarter-final between Austria and France. The men's quarter-final, my bad, is next. Northern Ireland versus the Czech Republic.
Northern Ireland growing in stature after beating Scotland yesterday.
Yeah, in the groups, that was a bit of a shock.
Tees up a lovely quarter-final, though, between Scotland and England.
Oh, very interesting between Scotland and England. That game will be on court 3 next. That is being recorded, no commentary, so that will be uploaded to YouTube under the WDA, World Dodgeball Association's YouTube channel at a later date.
Schmidt just bouncing around, just almost like Keanu Reeves in The Matrix, just watching every ball go past him.
Great analogy.
Is...
Yeah, so Schmidt and Decker with the balls on the wings. Running counters, double running counter. Hit there.
Gonna start pulling in the double decker.
The double decker.
Oh, almost was a double decker with a second hit in a row, but not this time. France, the French just managed to go under it. Oh, Schmidt, lands in the hands, but then bounces straight out again, so nothing called against him. The referee's well in control of this, but the 3 forward from... Oh, good catch from the Frenchman. He's hit by the second ball, so he has to leave the scene of the crime, and 2 for France. They, again, I think they just have to make sure they don't lose this one, but it looks like it's going to go that
Very
that
close
way.
to a line fault there. Maybe been called like that. Maybe been called out for a hit.
Struggle City now for France. Surely she's going to get hit here, yeah.
Yeah, there's the game. Yeah, same rules for the mixed. Absolutely same rules for the whole of the dodgeball game between the men, the mixed, and the women's games.
It's intriguing for sure. 10-4 with no time left on the clock. If they could have just held that one out, France. So half-time, 10-4 Austria.
Yeah, just give you a bit of the updates on the other courts. There is a mixed game between the England mixed team and the Italy mixed team. Current score 6-4 to England. First half, 1 minute 25 seconds left. Also on court 4, mixed game as well, Scotland versus Northern Ireland. 30 seconds left in that first half. Northern Ireland up 6-4.
Team talks going down here for Austria and France. Again, problem solving, trying to really figure out what the next move is for each team. France have produced some good dodgeball throughout this first game, but they're still 4 astray.
Yeah, so second half about to be underway. Teams just having their last minute tactical talks. So after this game, after these 15 minutes, Kelly will be down courtside taking interviews with one member of each team.
So if you're the French coach here, Sam, what's your word of advice? What do you give them? How do you get them back into this
so
game?
You would be saying that things like, you're still in this game, only 2 games in your level. No need to quit now just because it's Austria. No need to give up. You're still in this game. Let's keep the positivity. Let's keep the intensity up. And yeah, just go out there, enjoy it, smash it, and yeah, you're still in it.
I think so too, just that genuine belief that you can knock a big gun like Austria out. Because really, this will be a little bit too close for comfort for the Austrians at this stage. They would like to be maybe another set in front, couple of points up than this.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Maybe like if it was 10-8 within 1 game. I think the first game of this half is very important.
Yeah, for sure. And just building momentum, building.
Absolutely, because momentum is so key in dodgeball.
Yeah.
Steve Gowers, what knockout stage is this? This is the quarter-final, Steve. You're watching here on Unilad Sport.
Baron's in as well. Watched Baron yesterday. He's an absolute unit.
Yeah, I've seen him a lot. I've seen him play a lot over today and yesterday.
whip of an arm. Loves this very well just to block that one out. Vincent Renaud flips the ball to Barron because they know that as the thrower goes, Barron is a key component to their success as a team. Just dancing back. Oh, a few dummies thrown in there, but no joy for the Austrians. And this isn't going to fare well for them at this point. They're probably not quite taking control of this game as they would like to. The French are still within touch. They still have half a chance of causing a massive upset here at the European Dodgeball Championships 2017 from Glasgow.
Indeed.
Renaud is gone. First scalp for Austria within this second half. We're going 1 minute and 10 seconds, and only one person has left the game. This is absolutely flying out. That's a windmill, but well blocked. Casual as you like from Austria.
So, Austrians here, top of your screen with 2 balls looking to counter. Oh, 1 ball missing. Both teams have been called play ball.
Ooh, I don't know, more windmills thrown from France, but that one's almost ended up in the cafeteria.
So, France here, 3 ball attack.
Oh,
Running counter, Austria, no, decides against it, resets, good decision, 4 balls. So that ball's rolled across to the Austrian side, they have to play ball.
It's gone far wide of the target. 3 on 4. Oh, what a shot that is from
Great there. Standing counter, cross court.
Super cash from the baseline. 18's gone. All of a sudden, that standing counter has been huge in the development of the game for Austria because now they're 4-2 to the good. 2 charging. Careful of the counter. Though.
Catch there.
1 more gone. They're down to 1 now, France.
Austria to finish it here. No hits.
Come on, France. Surely the odds are stacked well against you. But what have you got? How deep can you dig? Oh, it's a little bit of a feeble right arm. Austria trying to claim the catch, but France is saying that there might have been a bounce beforehand, but not given.
Yeah, referee gave a catch there. Even the Austrians thought it bounced. But head ref there, James Tuthill, gave the catch, giving the game to Austria. So after a manic start there, exchange of throws, settled in now. Catch there from the Austria on Vincent. Oh, keep your eyes up. Decker, keep your eyes up.
It's a bit unfortunate really for Austria that there was a catch and then literally a second later someone else has hit.
Yeah, if it was the other way around, it'd have been...
It would have been perfect. It was straight back in the game. Loses that as well. That's pretty unfortunate for France. They've only got Barron in now, and he has to do some damage with that right arm cannon that he possesses, but looks like Austria have just stepped it up a little gear throughout the second half, and now France are right on the back burner. Standing counter from Barron, but missed. A few wild ones.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting towards... the middle of this second half. Been playing for quite a long time now. Arms are starting to deteriorate.
Imagine you get arm ache throughout dodgeball, you play for long enough. Oh, almost levitated there at the top left. The just starts floating.
So France here, 3 balls, have got to make an attack. Hit there on the Austrians. Still, so 4 players left in for Austria, 3 players left in for France.
In the counter, wide of the mark again. Absolutely crushing it here, Austria. There's 4 coming forward. Oh, 18 out of here off the left foot. See you later, alligator. Chance gone now, really, for France. Not only just in this game, but in the match itself. Any hope that they had at half-time is slowly leaving them for sure. There's one that's super wide, goes to the floor, takes a double hit. Game over.
Koch, 27, absolute brilliant sacrifice there to end the game.
Yeah, he's a robust junior, isn't he? He's a solid man, solid player.
Absolutely, I wouldn't want to face that guy.
Nope. I wouldn't even think about it. 8:57. Next game, Northern Ireland and the Czech Republic. 4 quarters. Who's your money on for this? You said England for all 3, the clean sweep.
Yeah. As an England academy player, being part of the squad all year round, training has been absolutely brilliant. The intensity has been insane. Yeah, everyone's ready for the tournament.
Nice.
Concentrated a lot on the women's game, obviously coming 3rd at the World Cup, then losing out to Austria in the final of the Euros last year, winning the Six Nations back end of last year, so hopefully want to carry that form on and win this European Championships.
Nice. I find it fairly surprising that you're allowed to play in the mixed and the single gender competitions as well, just from an outsider slightly looking into.
Yeah. So some nations do give like 3 separate squads, a set squad for the men's, a set squad for the women's, and then a separate squad for the mixed. England slightly different. They like to just select a number of men, a number of women, and then mix and integrate everyone together.
Yeah, just use it and abuse it. But what do you think in the future there's going to have to be separated squads? That would be a rule that I would...
So you're only allowed to play 4-1?
Yeah, I would suggest that that's maybe something I can see coming from a distance when it
maybe
gets more and more professional as well. And
so you're a dedicated men's player, you're a dedicated women's player, you're a dedicated mixed player.
Only at the start of the competition, maybe. Doesn't have to be forever. Just start the competition, you name your names, you name your squad, and that's what you got. I think potentially what that might do is it might stop a nation like England just coming here and saying, well, we can win all 3. It might make it a little bit more open for...
Maybe, for other nations.
For other nations to...
And that encourages every nation to get every single player they have in their academy up to the same level.
Yeah, of course. It really promotes... promotes getting more players playing and getting up to a standard. I'm an ideas man, mate.
Absolutely.
That's all. Oh, absolute roundhouse. Down to 2 again here, France.
So France here, 2 players with 4 balls. Have to play 2, called by head ref Jake Herman there. Austria now with the 3 balls, come forward with attack.
Oh, 16's just taking absolute battering. Out he goes, off the shoulder, and then all by herself.
What can she do?
She gets caught, and she's out. This is, considering it's 10-6 at half-time, that's 4 games in a row for Austria, and the spirited French performance is slowly
slipping away. Just waiting. Oh no, they've started the game. They were waiting for a ball to be passed across court over to court 3, where England are playing their mixed game against Italy. They were a ball down. So 2 early hits there for France against Austria here. Austria down to 4.
Nice work again from the Austrians, managing to see the threat and dance out the way of it. 4-3 coming forward France. Maybe a standing counter, but no. Ooh, there's a great blocks. Managed to jump up in the air, let that one go beneath her feet, and then managed to block the next one coming diagonally across. That was pretty good work from the Austrian.
Absolutely.
Big fan of that.
Great double standing counter. 2 players out there.
3, maybe 33. Just
stepped out the line as well.
Getting booted on the fade away.
A teammate there didn't really help her. He didn't really get off court, and then she was like stumbling over him.
Technical term of faffing.
Absolutely.
That'd be a word of...
Get out the way.
That would be me if I was playing dodgeball. I would faff to get out as well. I wouldn't be the quickest leaving. 19 again, all on her own. This is yeah, we've seen this before 3 or 4 times. 19, the last one to leave the game. And
absolutely.
4 flying forward. You're not getting out of the way. That's pretty much game over. 18-6 turns to 26, and there's 3.5 minutes left on the clock.
So a few of you at home watching this live on Unilever Sport may be wondering, does it hurt? And I can tell you, if you get hit, only in certain areas, yes it does. The balls aren't that hard though, they're made of cloth. That's what we play with here in Europe. In places like Australia, New Zealand, and over in the States and Canada, they play with either foam or rubber baseballs. All have different techniques to get the best out of them.
I've heard in Russia and the Ukraine they play with bricks.
And vodka bottles.
Yeah.
But yes, yeah. In America and Canada, they have to use tape on their fingers to be able to grip the ball, because obviously the amount you perspire, the balls just slip out your hand.
Yeah,
different technique as well, because all their baseball players will be incredible at dodgeball.
I mean, I had a go earlier on, and I backed myself with my throwing ability. But, be honest, I haven't got the biggest hands. It's quite a big thing to have big hands in in dodgeball, isn't it, to be able to get round?
Yeah, the better grip.
You see that some players, maybe with slightly smaller hands, and more so in the women's game, trying to almost windmill the ball and keep it sort of in the wrist as well as the hand.
That's called a sling.
Sling. Sorry about that one. Still learning the game as I go a little bit. Five left for the French, 5 for the Austrians. It's France with the ball in hand. Oh, they're just spreading out, whipping it away. Another catch. They're going after the guys, but the Austrian fellas are just catching everything. Baron goes to the floor, but he gets away with it. So he grabs another ball from the retriever, but Austrian on the attack again, standing counter. Baron gets hit on the quad, and now he's disappearing. So just the 3 females left again. France, deliberate tactics from the Austrians, trying to clear the male players out early from the French team, something we've seen a lot of throughout this game, that the 3 players who are left on the French side are the females.
Absolutely. So, Schmidt, number 33, you can see top left of your screen. He is an absolute unit as well.
Oh, headshot. Schmidt just almost knocks out the French.
Like I said,
player.
Absolute unit.
It's all right, love. Sorry, take it on the chin. You'll be all right. That takes some character, though, doesn't it, to just take one to the face and then get yourself up and bounce back. That's something that I really admire about dodgeball players, is that they do take a thrashing at times, and they manage to just carry on.
Yeah, so 1 minute 25 seconds left on the clock. Austria 22-6 hit it in the mixed quarter-final against France.
Three in attack for France. Dodged out the way once again. Renewed. Oh, onslaught. Oh, sacrifice.
Hit him. Good hit. See there, sacrifice, made the hit, was able to land in the opposite court, side of the court. He ran back, but he's still live. So Vincent there took the opportunity as he was running back to hit him. Brilliant.
Gremion gets blocked out, and then there's another absolute sacrifice. Two from Austria, another one leaves, and there's just three left for the French. 24 seconds left, and all of a sudden, they're pretty sacrificial out there, Austria.
So 3 on 3.
Oh, off the...
now 2 on 2, oh, 3 on 2. Jake Herman, head referee, said his finger's all right, number 15. End of that game. So 3 minutes are up and the half is up. Yes, 24-6 final score.
Going to be honest, that was after such a good first half performance from the French. They really did struggle throughout the second. Austria celebrating hard as per usual with the whole squad out on the court. Another dominant display from a fastly improving national team, the Austrians in dodgeball, that's for sure. It's they also fancy themselves to win in every discipline, every single time they play. Sam's money is definitely with the English.
Absolutely.
Over all three competitions. Next up, we have the Northern Ireland men's team up against Czech Republic. Northern Ireland beating the Scottish, and which was a little bit of an upset to a few, and it's
absolutely
caused an absolute, well, lots of discussions around here because now Scotland have to play England. And that's a bit of a grudge match that potentially could have been a final, and nobody would have blinked an eye. It would be a very respectful final. But instead now you have Austria, England, and you have the Scottish in the same half of the draw. And that makes it very intriguing for every team. Teams shake hands, lots of love on this one, as there is with every dodgeball game. There's a lot of love and admiration for from both teams. As the next teams warm up down on that centre stage.
So, like we said, Kelly courtside ready, just waiting for two players, one French, one Austrian, to go meet her for an interview. That will be brought to you as soon as.
So just while we're waiting for that interview, we are just waiting for Northern Ireland. As you can see, they're warming up at the bottom of your screen. They're facing strong Czech Republic team, but Northern Ireland, surely in the form that they're in, should be the favourites for that.
So Kelly has just grabbed the both players. I believe it is Vincent from France, and then number 27 from Austria, the captain, Koch.
Your favourite player.
He is a unit.
He is a big old unit, yeah. It's not even a fridge, he's like a combi, isn't he? Players just warming up. Oh.
So here we are, Kelly is with both players now. She will be talking to them right now.
Okay, so we're here just after finishing the first quarter-final on court one, which was Austria versus France. So we're joined with Andy from Austria and Vincent from France. So in your opinion, guys, how do you feel that went? Andy, obviously, a really big win for Austria there. How are you feeling?
Well, that was our goal coming here, just getting through the quarterfinals, booking the ticket to New York. They did a great job. They didn't make it easy for us. I think our deep rotation was the little thing we had on them, but great game, great game.
Thank you. And Vincent, how do you think about that game?
It was a very tough game. Austria had a very strong team. We play at the start. We play our maximum dodgeball. We won a game. Then they improved our level, and they are better than us. So congrats and good luck in New York.
Thank you.
So lucky.
Just one more for you then, Andy. So we're not sure who you're facing next yet in the semi-finals. We've just got to wait for the results to come through from all of those games. But is there anyone that you would particularly like to play?
No, I guess we don't have a preference. We'll just try to keep it from game to game. Whoever comes, we'll hope we'll manage it to go through to the finals. And but whoever comes, I wish all the teams good luck, and we'll try to win it.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks both of you, and well played in that game.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, thank you to Kelly for both of those interviews. We are back here, Court 1, European Dodgeball Championships in Glasgow. Here with Unilad Sport, waiting for the men's quarter-final to get underway. Northern Ireland versus the Czech Republic. Just got a question here on the comments, Steve Gowers. Question about sacrificing. If a player runs past you when sacrificing to hit a teammate, are you able to throw the ball backwards at them? Has this ever happened? Let me just read that again. If a player runs past you when sacrificing to hit a teammate, are you able to throw the ball? Yes, because they asked. And if he makes that hit from sacrificing and he lands in the opposition half, he's still live. So you can hit him whenever. He doesn't have to go back to his half to be able to hit him. You can hit him from as he lands.
But you have to throw the ball while you're in the air.
Yes, you have to throw the ball while you're in the air. If you land before you've thrown, then you are out. So on this court, Court 1, which is being streamed live, we have, as we said, the men's quarter-final, Northern Ireland versus the Czech Republic. Over on Court 2, which is being streamed live to the WDA, World Dodgeball Association, YouTube channel. There is the end of the Welsh versus the Slovenian mixed game. Over on Court 3, England are preparing their men's quarter-final against Scotland, a repeat of the Six Nations final from the back end of last year, which Scotland took. And then over on court 4, the end of a very exciting game, mixed game between Scotland and Northern Ireland, which Scotland won in the very dying seconds of the last game to take it 15-13 to go through to the semi-finals of the mixed tournament, which books their place at the Dodgeball World Cup in America at Madison Square Garden in New York City.
Okay, Czech Republic up against Northern Ireland, the team that managed to squeeze through the Scots a little bit earlier on this weekend. If you are just tuning in and you want to know a little bit more about dodgeball, 2 15-minute halves that are divided into 3-minute games. Obviously, you can knock the opposition out by striking them anywhere on the body, but even deflections work. So even if it hits one and then it hits another person, you'd be both out. But if you block it with your hand while you've got a ball in your hand, that doesn't count as a hit, if that makes sense. The 2 lines, obviously you've got the middle line in the center. That's the neutral zone. So anybody is allowed in between those 3 lines, but you can't cross them into the opposition territory. If you do, then you have to throw the ball, and if you manage to hit somebody, you're allowed back in the game, but if you don't, you're out. So it's called the sacrifice, and that's why. Just see how good the arms are of these athletes, really getting their body through the ball, shoulder and everything. Shout out to Sweden. David Lothar. They have been unreal this week. The Swedes having the best time. Crushing a few dodgeballs around, whipping a few, but also just partying really, really hard. The party atmosphere has been legit. It's been really, really cool. Fans in the crowd ready to go. Eyes at the moment are on England versus Scotland, that's for sure. Remember, England have already qualified for the World Cup. Really, that's the important thing here as well. I mean, Northern Ireland win, and well, if Northern Ireland and England win, they qualify for the World Cup. And if England lose, then they still qualify for the World Cup, and only the top 3 go through of this competition. So everybody else really in the quarterfinals is going to want England to win, because that cements their place as well in this, well, in the World Cup next year. Madison Square Garden, what a lovely place to have a dodgeball competition. And if England lose, it's absolutely all to play for again, because then the semi-finalists, where the top 3 will go through. Great chance for the Czech Republic here, though, as well as Northern Ireland, to potentially book their place in the World Cup. Teams just having their final chats. Northern Ireland look absolutely pumped for this. They've earned their slightly easier draw than what they would have had if they would have lost to Scotland. With Sam gone to watch the England game, you can keep me company on Unilad with your comments. That would make me very happy. Change of ends and some stretches. Going down. Right, we're almost ready. So if you're unaware of dodgeball, this could be your first time, potentially. There are 5 balls in the game. 3 are up for grabs from the start. There are 2 that are unbattled for as such. So you'll see both teams will grab a ball from the start, but the other 3 are definitely contestable from the middle. Handstands going down and everything. Look at that, hello. Should be a gymnast, sir. England and Scotland underway. I'm going to try and keep you slightly updated with this game as well, because aware of how so potentially we might have had a change due to the high demand of the England-Scotland game, because it is such a key game in the context of the competition, with England already qualifying for the World Cup and Scotland really, they're already down to 2 in this. There might have been another hit, but no. In the context of the World Cup qualification for Scotland, if they don't win this, then they're out. How are we feeling?
Yeah, it's an exciting game here. It really could go either way. As you said there, Louis, it has already gone to England taking the lead at the minute. However, Scotland have already proved they can bring that down.
Joined by Kelly in here, and it's, oh, here we go. It's just started with such an intensity and such, well, it's furious. It's a rapid pace start. Scotland down to 2 already.
But 2 very big players from the dodgeball community left on court for Scotland at the minute, so we could see a turnaround here. Very much a countering position there. Dan Ryan is running up and he's going to hope for a hit. Simon Jones out the way though.
Dan Ryan did very well, just to block 2 balls, just in the blink of an eye. It's just hanging on there, just defending the corners. England having a little chat, coming up with their tactics. Look like they're coming down to the right-hand side. Was that a hit?
It was a hit. So Dan Ryan now. However, it was 1 apiece. Great thing about 5-ball dodgeball. And I don't think he'll mind having the majority of balls here. 1-on-1. Oh, Dan Ryan not happy with that decision. They're saying he hit the England player. However, the hit was on both. Okay, so we're back over to the Northern Ireland Czech Republic game here.
So we're back with Northern Ireland. We have obviously calls. We have people joining online for a little bit of both. People want to watch Northern Ireland game. People want to watch the England-Scotland game as well. So we'll do our best to sort of with what we're given.
That's right. We'll try and keep you updated on both through the visuals and audio commentary. We'll try hard.
Northern Ireland have started pretty well here. Remember, for the Northern Irish, this is huge because it's a very, very nice draw due to their win against Scotland in the group stage. They win this, England win the other quarter-final, then they're into the the World Cup next year. That's
but the
crazy.
Czechs, they're just turning that round with 3 hits in 1 volley.
Check that out.
Sean Douglas
terrible
now will
pun.
be looking for a catch. And Sean Douglas, who hit Czech Republic to take the first game. And we're back to the England side, you see, in the second game here. And again, Scotland down to 2 players, but they brought it back last time.
Oh, that's phenomenal stuff. That's a great
brilliant
running
there from
counter.
Scotty Whitelaw. And a really key player out, Brett Koenig, off the court for England.
Another hit from Scotty as well.
And a third.
Oh, and another block. No way. Has he taken it into his own hands here, Scotty? Phenomenal stuff. One-on-one. Absolute duel. No way, Scotty. Don't do that, Scotty. Don't do that, Scotty. That's huge.
Referee's lining up. She's saying hit. She's saying he's out. That's another game to Scotland there. 2-2 here.
Scotty Whitelaw not only makes the competition happen here in Scotland, he also makes plays on the dodgeball court. That was phenomenal. 3 in a row, hat-trick.
Yeah, he started off that game, started 5-on-2 when we returned to it here on the live stream. And they've just won that. That is incredible.
Take a bow, Scotty. That was legit. 2-2. That was, in the context of the game, we know it's early on, it's 5 minutes through, but Scotland would not want to go 4-0 down in this game. That's massive. They're 1 hit away from being 4-0 down at a key stage, and Scotty's just...
He's turned that round there. No, they don't want the point difference to become too significant, or bringing it back at any point in the game just is hard for any caliber of player.
And for anybody watching, like, England are the dominant force in world dodgeball. They're world champions, European champions.
Correct.
And obviously Scotland got the better of them in the home nations, but on paper you'd say England are the favourites
to win, definitely. But brilliant hit there on a player who is making his debut in this tournament, Robson Angel.
Just so you're aware, England have brought 13 members of staff with them this week.
It's a popular talking point.
Yeah, their support staff's, it's unbelievable to have so many. Oh, straight at the knees, get out of here.
Yeah, and as you see there, Matthew Josiah caught the rebound of Dan Ryan, which brings Robson Angel back onto the court.
5 balls all in the hands of England. They're coming forward, raining dodgeballs. Scotty.
2 hits there.
Out. Oh, there was 2. Good spot,
Ross McGowan
Kelly.
as
Nice
well.
job. Tide's turning again. This game is going to be absolutely infatuating.
Are we going to see another Scotland turnaround here? Kieran Carrington and Ted Dumbrell left on court.
Nice.
Brilliant dodge there from Ted, but couldn't get out of the way of the follow-up.
Big arms. Big throws. Oh, trotting forward. Odds against Scotland here, surely. Just so you're aware, this is a bigger game in the context of dodgeball for Scotland than it is England. Obviously, England want to be the European champions as much as anybody else, but qualification to the World Cup at Madison Square Garden, which is really going to be a platform for the sport going forward. 12,000 people, packed house, NYC. Doesn't get any bigger than that.
And if Scotland do not win this game, they will not qualify for that event. Oh, you can just see the disappointment there on Carrington's face. But he's got to get his head out of that. Just needs to go back into it.
Yeah, momentum's huge, but also just in sport, being able to be patient and accept that not everything in every play and every game is going to go your way. Like, it's not a sprint. There's a long way to go in this game, and just patience could go a long way for Scotland. They have time. Manuel says this is intense. We agree, Sarah.
For those of you who are interested in the Northern Ireland game, we understand it's very difficult. Quite a few good matches going on here. Northern Ireland are currently up 4-2, though.
Oh. They're looking for a hit there, Scotland, on the right-hand side, but not given. 7:22 on the clock, 7:20.
About halfway through that first half.
All six just sitting back from Scotland. I think they're anticipating a flock of Englishmen coming at them.
Now, we've seen Scotland gain points from bringing it back from a loss. However, now they have the upper hand, so they need to show us that they can retain the lead here as well. And they currently do have the ball majority.
Scotty coming forward again. He's blocked out, so he has to retreat pretty fast. Here we go. Southpaw whipped across the court, but missing out by a metre or so. Chance for Scotland now as they attack. There's a fumble. Marching orders, out you go, sir.
And they are calling it. Dan Ryan there, just trying to check. Double check he was out. Give him an extra tap on the way out.
2v4, there's not a lot in this. Surely Scotland are going to be patient. They're going to try and accumulate as many balls as they possibly can, Kelly, and then...
They are. Scotland just need to keep their heads here a bit, Louis.
Oh, one's gone. Where's that
making some calls for an invalid. I think he might have been called out on an invalid attempt.
There's a hit. Oh, a couple of missed opportunities. Chance to have the running counter. Oh, Scotty, what there is now.
No, just in front of him, just a bounce in front of him there.
Little half volley. Just some resilience in there from England.
Yeah. And the player on court now will be quite interesting to watch. He's a very agile player, so he can make some fantastic dodges here. He does have the throwing majority at the minute, but has got the arm for it, as you can see.
He's gone to the deck, and somehow now he's on the running counter. Money-making
Ryan
stuff.
Neal turning this around.
Huge from England.
Ted Dumbrell and Ross McGuigan need to keep this lead to control it.
This is what championships have won on, surely.
Play the time.
Good block. Now they've got two balls in their hands. Surely patience here as well.
It really is. It's seeing it away. They don't have to throw. They don't have to do anything. They can block that back all day if they want.
Blocking of the highest class. Unreal. The ball luckily went to floor, didn't it?
They're calling it a hit. They're calling it a hit on number 19.
Crazy scenes because the ball's already hit the floor.
The line ref is in there. The line ref is in there saying, no, that bounce, that wasn't a hit. Definitely a hit on the first player. Ted Dumbrell is out.
But 19 should stay in because the ball bounced before the hit.
Definitely.
100%, I'm with you. This is unbelievable.
And you can see the line refs are with us as well. They are going in there, they are fighting the battle, and they're saying, no, it is 1-1. Yeah, so it's Ryan Neal versus the number 19 for Scotland, Ross McGuigan.
Mexican standoff. Here we go. Come on, if you're watching and you're online, this is going to be intriguing. Intriguing stuff for the next 20 minutes. All eyes. You can see how crowded this is around, and you don't see the grandstand, but it's packed watching this game.
And a yellow card. I believe that has been given to Nigel Padron, who is not actually on the court at the minute. I'm not sure how that's going to affect the team playing.
Who's your money on? Anyone streaming this, who's your money on in here? England or Scotland? It is absolutely, well, it's as tight as it can possibly be. We're just waiting. There's obviously due to the decision that was just made, there's a little bit of a pause in play, but we're just about ready to go. Kelly, who's your money on?
Oh, it's too tight to call. If I had to say, I'd probably England just have probably picked it a little bit, but Scotland can bring a turnaround here, and it would be a phenomenal turnaround.
Is that the end of the 3 minutes?
No, not the end of 3. Yeah, the end of 3 minutes. So is it one apiece, or did they get a hit there? Yeah, one apiece. So taking the draw, both teams advancing.
But that has got to be 18 there. That's his point, because 1 against 3, 1 against 4, absolutely getting bombarded left, right, and centre, blocking everything, but holding on to get a point is better than losing 2.
Okay, you got a quick glimpse out of the Northern Ireland game, and what a moment! Sean Douglas making a winning catch there for that set.
So some fans coming on here for Ryan.
Yeah, very, very popular player in the dodgeball community.
Funny enough, another
Fantastic
Neil.
player.
Another Neil. Could be family.
And yeah, really lovely guy off court as well. So makes him well liked.
That's awesome. A popular player. Oh, the neutral zone's heating up a little bit. There's a little bit of love going on in there.
He's done that a couple of times now when he's gone to run for that middle ball. He's almost sacrificed himself. Interesting play and quite risky. I wouldn't do it against England myself.
No. Cheryl is the sister. Thank you, Cheryl, for confirming that. You must be very proud. That was your brother's point, pretty much going solo. Oh, diving left, right, and centre from England. That draw right there, I think, in 15 minutes' time, could be pivotal to the overall result because there's nothing in this.
No, exactly.
I mean, there's not many games that we've seen at such a low score with this time left in the first half.
No, I think the points here, regardless of who wins it, Scotland or England, the points are going to be very close. Scotland need to be looking.
Oh, raining down pain from Wylaw. Suffer that, he says, with an absolute rocket of a right arm that just takes the Englishman out.
England players calling a block there. Scotland not happy with that, but they need to concentrate.
We still have calls for the Northern Ireland match to be shown. At the minute, we are keeping with this one. I'm afraid we will jump back to that, but apologies for any inconvenience. We will try and keep you updated. Scotty, again with the ball in hand, absolutely thriving under this pressure. Oh, counter, running counter. Wylock drops to the floor.
So again, Scotland have taken the lead in this game.
Yeah, as we've known already, there's a long way to go, but no, if they can even just win this one, get back to 5-all Scotland at half-time, Wylock leaves us with an absolute belter.
That's what they would want to be doing.
A ripper of a second half.
Online. No, they need to be going into this half-time. Equal on points would make the next half a lot easier for Scotland. If not, you're looking at catch-up starting to
Oh, wow. There you go, running counter. He's got to get a hit, but he doesn't. Now he's chasing back so hard.
He's got the majority, though, Henry Skinner. And he gets a hit. Now he needs to get out of the way.
Oh, huge.
Didn't get out of the way.
That's huge on the running counter coming forward.
Harrison finishing it off.
Skinner with an absolute ripper there, but unfortunately on the counter, has to get out the way, but he takes one on the chin. That's huge. Like, that comes back to the draw in the previous one, when Neil did such a great job being able to keep England 2 in front, and then to steal the next one. It's a 4-point game.
An update on court 1 for you. Northern Ireland are still heavily in the lead, 12-2 against the Czech Republic.
12-2. Looks like they are going, as it stands, they're sealing their way to the World Cup.
They are, yeah.
That's a good weekend's work for Northern Ireland, surely. Scotty Whitelaw coming forward, but Scotland, if the World Cup didn't have Scotland, that would be a very, very sad story, but...
It really would, especially when, you know, it's unlucky for these teams here that they've ended up in this situation, but Northern Ireland put on that brilliant display yesterday on court 2 against Scotland to put them in this position.
Yeah, it wasn't like they won by 1 or 2, they won by 6, didn't they?
They did, yeah. Incredible performance from Northern Ireland yesterday, so very much deserved in the position. Scotland now, though, need to go out and prove why they're the home nation's champions here, how they beat England, and repeat it if they want to secure that place. And it would be lovely to have all of them there, wouldn't it?
It would be great to have all the home nations at the World Cup. Oh, one goes. Hang on.
These boys need to calm it down here. You can see the referee both hands up, and if
what's going on in here?
Not quite sure. I can't quite see the fingers there, what they're calling it.
Well, Scotland have taken the game. So I have no idea what...
England have...
Sorry, Scotland have taken the game. We're back to 2. So something's jumped in here.
It was 5-3 before. They've given 2 points to both teams, though. It was 5-3 to England, and now it's 7-5 to...
No, it was 7-3. Because it was the draw. They were 2 up, and then there was a draw. So they stayed 2, and then they won the last game. So they were 4 to the good. So Scotland, if anyone online can actually fill us in there, because I've absolutely missed a trick on what's been seen. So it's half-time. Scotland took the last game, but I'm really unsure why. And England are furious with the decision regardless. So, sorry, it can't be more help than that. But when you see 4 or 5 players still standing on the court, tension.
On this North.
Oh, there you go. We went back to Northern Ireland for a split second. Apologies that it wasn't for longer. Look at this. There's going to be a rallying cry somewhere. I have a feeling that there's going to be a rallying cry from Scotty in here somewhere, the Scottish captain, trying to fire up his boys before.
That's what you need to do. Get the motivation there. Players who are pumped up tend to play a lot better.
I agree. You have to have that intensity, and at the same time, I think being able to feel that intensity but still think slow under pressure and have a relaxed, cool head could be the difference. It's starting to really get...
And it's something we see England do really well. They can utilise that energy and that power and attack the team, but there's always somebody on court who can just rein it back in. And that's why it's important to remember it as a team game, that there has to be somebody else there pulling it back.
Yes. So in the previous game, you guys are typing and you are completely right. Scotland apparently had one more left on court, but England's frustrations were they thought they were level, so it should have been a draw. Anyway. So 8-4, there you go, finally.
Referee just confirming that for us. Okay, so we've just come over to the Northern Ireland Czech Republic game here. Northern Ireland having a fantastic start to their game. I can tell you that it is 18-2 currently to the Northern Irish Knights.
So Scotland need a big start in this second half if they want to go through to the semis, but also qualify for the World Cup. England already qualified. They are at Madison Square Garden almost this time next year, but Scotland aren't. They haven't qualified, and this is why this game, again, is so important to them, not only to be European champions, but to qualify for what would be, well, the poster event for this sport moving forward, for not only next year, but potentially the years to come. Ooh, dummy, throwing a few dummies, throwing the ball back.
Just putting England on their toes there. Trying to stop them attacking straight away.
No scalps as of yet. Oh, nice running counter. There's one gone, but then it's bounced straight back. Oh, it's pandemonium in there.
A lot of hits here.
It's absolutely nuts.
Not how Scotland wanted to start this second half.
You think they want to bring a little bit of calm to the situation, hey?
I think they need to find a balance. I think they need a bit more energy, but also I think they need to really focus on where their targets are. That throw that we just saw was really synchronised, really together, which is what we need to be seeing from Scotland here if they want to take the win.
Here you go, here's a chance. Oh, that's a huge hit.
Levelled again, Scotty Whitelaw and Ted Dunbar on court, but Scotty gets the catch. No, they're saying no.
Very, very fair. I love that about this game. Sportsmanship is at an all-time high. Right, 2v2. Who's your money on, Kelly? What's going down here?
You got two very big players for England in there, but I think Scotland could have this. If they use their counters effectively,
That's a great dodge. Now they're on the counter. Oh, in the face.
One we run again now. So
Sit
Scotty
down.
Whitelord didn't quite get out of the way of that ball. Just caught him on the back heel. You've now got Alex Harrison versus Ted Dumbrell.
This is huge pressure. Absolutely huge pressure because...
Okay, now Alex Harrison has the majority. Ted Dumbrell needs to be smart about what he's doing here.
Okay, he's struggling. I can't deal with the stress.
Can't deal with the stress. Tense
hands on the
games of dodgeball. They just get me.
Oh, great dodge. Just goes to the floor, lets it fly past the left shoulder. Very, very good eye from the Scot. But surely the English here are in charge. Oh, again, that's a missed opportunity. He needs to get a ball in his hand very, very quick. Advantage still with England as they have 4 of the 5 balls. Scotland need to try and at least get more balls on their side because, oh, block.
Block, another
Here he comes, coming forward. Needs a hit. Desperate for a hit. That's another one wasted. Can't keep wasting these balls, the English, because...
See, no, I think he's trying to get rid of it.
Oh, off the shoulder, surely!
Oh!
Or was it blocked, but on the running counter?
No, blocked first. I have to say, I think Scotland could have made more use. Oh, here you go, nice replay for us. Harrison blocked over his head and catches the Scot on his feet. I really feel like Scotland could have made more use of that running counter then. When the England player was tracking back and didn't have a ball to protect him, gone sprinted up the court as fast as you can.
Take your opportunity.
Exactly.
Whoa.
This game is about the explosive speed and the attack, and I just don't think that was used there.
What does Scotland do here? I mean, they're 6 behind, they've got 11 minutes. There's probably enough. There's 3 games left in this game. Agreed?
Yeah, I mean, you could probably get, if Scotland make quick work of it, you've got at least 3 because the game's a maximum at 3 minutes long, so you're probably going to get 4 in here, actually, if not a couple more.
You're going to get 4.
They could win it, but Scotland would have to win every single game now.
It's panic stations.
It is, yeah.
Which is a problem because they're going to get pretty frantic. So
they need to keep calm. They need to keep calm. They need to pick sensible targets.
When you get frantic,
and think about, well, your judgment's clouded.
Yeah, decision making goes astray, huh?
They need to pick their targets sensibly here to make sure they're getting out these strong players, but also not putting those players in a position that if a catch is made, they're straight back on court. Not that there's many weak players on either of these teams, though, to be honest.
No, they're absolute units. Oh, good block. Running counter? No, probably not this time. Oh, there's one. Is that one? Yeah, get out of here. Oh, that's unbelievable. He stands him up, takes one in the face. Out you go. That's a missed opportunity because the Scot there had a real good shot.
Is giving a yellow card to Brett Koenig, I believe, for dangerous play, very close contact.
So that was actually quite wise play from the Scottish player because he just come and stood in his face and said, hit me.
Didn't really give him a choice, yeah.
Come at me.
Oh, look at that dodge by Ryan Neal there. Yeah. I mean, I suppose the argument there would be, yes, the Scottish player put him in that position, but equally, he's a very tall bloke. You could have put that anywhere on him and he didn't have a way of defending himself.
To be honest, if I was in the situation that he was in, probably would have thrown it at his head as well. Just saying. For anyone wanting to know when the World Cup is, I think it's the 2nd and 3rd of August next year. It's that weekend as the talks coming through.
Okay, so Scotland ahead here.
It's pretty competitive, eh?
Very competitive. It's very tense.
Oh, levitating, just hanging in the air, then he will go underneath the feet. Here we go, Scotland. This is your chance. England have to hold on here. 3v1. That's a good block again. It's that man again, 18, Neil, who's just been, well, in this situation, you back him, wouldn't you? You go into bat for him because he just is phenomenal at getting out the way at balls flying at him.
And brilliant dodge there from the Scot.
Oh dear, Scotland. You really, really need this one.
So this is a tight one. They can play this
safe.
There's
one down. Get the ball in hand, Scotland, and get
ball. He
forward.
is good enough to deal with a single ball better than that.
That's a good block. Chance for Scotland here. B2. Only 1 ball with the Scots, though. 2 with the English. On the counter. Oh, money-making material.
And going to see that in some situations. I mean, I would be arguing that Scotland should have just played the time. However, they need to now get as many games as they can into this half. So going for that aggressive hit there. Fantastic dodging from Dan Ryan, and Rania just couldn't get out of the way of that. These replays are so helpful for us at the minute. You're getting some really close action. England, no, too late to call a timeout. Right, I went to call a timeout, not getting it.
Game on. God, can you imagine how excited this place is going to erupt if Scotland can get back to 10-8 with 6 on the clock? Poof. Put your seatbelts on.
And England are going to have the 5 balls here, though. Scotland did have a false start, so Matthew Desire putting some great pressure on there.
Oh, balls flying everywhere. No one's gone.
No hits, no hits.
That's pretty good for Scotland. Now they have a chance to have it. Oh, they're
Not
just standing each other off. Just
would have wanted, though, with a 5-ball attack. You know, you need at least 1 hit, preferably 2 with 5 balls.
second chance, 3 going for. There's a catch. Get out of there, say Scotland. England right on the back foot. Oh, standoff in the neutral zone goes the Scottish way. Everything's starting to go the way of the Scots now. They're starting to get every 50-50 battle. Decisions are starting to go their way, and the tide's starting to turn.
What they've done here is brilliant. They've just gone, right, okay, we've just had a great 30 seconds there. Now let's calm down.
Yeah, they need to
and keep our heads.
Just focus on staying calm, because now England, well, Scotland were having all of the pressure, having to soak it all in, but now it's starting to turn, and it's England now who are starting to feel the pressure. But that's a great block on the right-hand side, but there's a second chance, and he's out. You got to go, sir. Out you go, marching orders. Time to get out of here.
Okay, 3-on-1 now. Scotland doing a brilliant turnaround here. Like you said, they could be taking this with 2 games left, and
this is
they can
so
get this
big.
to 8-10. They've got a chance again.
In the context of the game, this next 10 seconds or so is huge. Drops 1 ball. That's very good work from the English number 5. Now Scotland are just having to sit back a little bit and absorb the pressure, but they've got 2 balls already. 3 balls, sorry. 2 balls for the English.
Question here, how the yellows work now. The yellow cards now are 5
off the
minutes.
bat.
There you go, that's another 2 points to Scotland, 10-8 to Scotland. Sorry, yes, so the yellow cards, it is a 5 minutes in the, what we like to term, sin bin. After the 5 minutes is up, they can return to the outbox if a game is in play, and then if a player makes a catch, they return to court. However, if it's a new game when the 5 minutes, they can line up as normal with their team, which looks... No, timeout has been called now, which is interesting with the yellow card. If that happens at the end of the second half, it will carry into the players' next game.
England v Scotland, 2 fierce rivals of the dodgeball game, head-to-head, toe-to-toe in the European Championship quarter-final. Both teams, to be honest, expected to make a final. They expected this to be the final. But again, I can't, and it's chances, World Cup qualification for Scotland. That's huge for them in the context of the progression of the sport going forward, attracting new players.
Exactly.
Everything, like culturally, it's a huge thing for them.
But they are certainly putting up a fight for that spot here. England were ahead significantly, 2 games going into the second half, and Scotland brought it back. Just got to make up this 1 game now.
This one surely is massive. If Scotland can win here, bring it back to 10s, everything is going to be in their favour. The crowd, the momentum, everything going forward.
Great start for them here. England false started, so Dan Ryan there putting the pressure on. Waiting for the signal that our other balls are back so we can go. Let me know, he's saying. The Northern Ireland game at the moment is 22 to Northern Ireland, 4 to the Czech Republic. The Northern Ireland men are putting on a phenomenal game here. They're really controlling it and making sure that they have that position in the World Cup.
Yeah, if England win this, currently they're in Northern Ireland, but we stay with this game because, as we hope you can understand at home, this one is the one that carries so much more. It's so close, and we're at a really epic point. Northern Ireland have got it in the bag pretty much over there in the quarter-final. Scotland have just taken the after game. Who is
They've
this?
just levelled that. They've just levelled it. You can see Captain Scotty Whitelaw bigging the crowd up there. This is such an atmosphere. I cannot believe they are level. It is a repeat of home nations all over again. 24-4 now to Northern Ireland.
Absolute flames here, Scotty Whitelaw.
Great pressure on there by Henry Skinner.
This is huge. We've got time for 2 more, surely. We've got 2 more games, so whoever wins this could go to overtime, huh?
Oh, I can't deal with overtime. I'm terrible.
Are you going to be all right?
I'm not sure about that. Just you wait until you're sat with me in a final, then it all goes on. I think I know so many of these players on this court as well that I know what both teams are capable of here, and it really at the minute could go either way. Scotland have stepped up, they have found their form, and I just can't call it now.
Oh, one goes.
And what a quick send back there.
Oh, 2 gone. This is going in England's favour for sure. But they get one back on 5. 5 is, see you later, alligator, he's gone. So you've got 5 left against the 4 Scots, but they're just having a little chat. They need to slow it down, I think, England.
It's only 4-5.
England have lost 3 in a row.
Amazing dodging there by Scotty Whitelaw.
Big sporting occasion. Big pressure calls for big-time players. Who's got it in the locker? Who can dig deep enough to pull their country through in this game of dodgeball? If you haven't tuned into dodgeball before and this is the first time, you are having an absolute treat because this is phenomenal. Athleticism, speed, agility, anything you want to throw at it, they've got it. Power. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. Oh, off the knees, but
There you
no
go,
love
Scotland
this
level
time.
it.
Scotty Whitelaw is hand up.
But Scotland bring it
Oh,
back
and there's a
to
block
their
on the counter.
lead.
Oh, wide and high.
And I believe, was that blocked into Robson Angel? I didn't quite catch that, but the Scots have managed to level it.
Oh, wow. Get back, Scotland. England are coming. England again on the running counter. Misses by the right foot. Absolute pandemonium here as England and Scotland both missing opportunities. That's a great block from 18.
It was, yeah.
High to the left shoulder. Perfect opportunity.
Nice
They've got
and
3.
away from his teammates there. No risk there.
Scotland with 2 left. Surely the favourites, but there's 3 balls on the Scottish side. There's an absolute break, but now they're down to 1. Time to dig
two
deep
balls
Scotland.
at that range. That's so tough.
England in a pretty good spot here. They're just planning their attack. There's 2 balls for the Scots, so interesting to see how he's going to counter here, but he's got everything against him here. Oh, finally.
And England have just taken that game again. They're back into their stride. They've made their lead again. Scotland putting those balls back in the middle as quickly as possible at the minute. Replay here of that final hit. Just, the balls were so well placed there from England. Brilliant throw.
Scotland have been pretty phenomenal in the second half, but if they win this one, it's going to overtime for sure. There's absolutely no way if they win this one, we are in overtime. Can you explain the rules of overtime to our listeners, please, Kelly?
I can try. I might get interrupted by excitement. Yeah, so the rules of overtime. The same players remain on court. And then it is 1 minute, I believe so. 1 minute.
Hit fast.
Hit. That's sudden death.
Oh, there's a catch. Scotty is out of here. That's a big player for Scotland that has to leave the court right now.
If players are
6v4 for
level in overtime, it goes to sudden death, and then next hit wins.
Surely 6v4. This is almost game over, but that's a great dodge at the top left, and there's a running counter, but they miss. They've got to take their chances here, Scotland, because time is running out. They are under immense pressure here.
They need to dig deep here if they want this win. They are they're 2 players down at the minute. Only 2 players. I mean, a catch would change that.
Oh, wide of the mark. Surely one off the shoulder, but there's a block and there's a counter, but no one's hit. So there's 4 left.
Catch. We said they needed a catch, and they got one.
Got one back at 140.
But 1 hit. No, teams are level again.
The fans around the side are going absolutely mental. As there's another hit, 9 is gone.
Scotland in the lead again. Can they level this?
England are starting to panic. Backs against the wall stuff here for Scotland. They are just digging so deep. There's possibly a ricochet, but did it bounce beforehand? Nobody knows. There's two out there, though, for Scotland. And there's a missed opportunity, and he's hit on the counter. That's a big play. 4 down. The game has absolutely swung here. And Scotland are down to 1. Where has that come from? Sorry, down to 2. Where has that come from? Unbelievable scenes.
That was, you know, 2 hits on the counter there, and one of them, I believe, ricocheted into another player. Need some hits here, but too low to get the hit on the counter. No hits from the counters.
47 seconds left. They can't afford a draw here, Scotland. They have
They have to win it. If it's a draw, it's not good enough.
It's game over, surely, for them. They need something crazy to happen there.
That's an Angel getting the catch. It's all down to Ted Dumbrell. 6 on 1.
Phenomenal play.
I hope the Scot can pull something out, but at the minute it is England. Get those balls back in the middle, but even then there is less than 30 seconds on the clock. That will be a 30-second set played now. So that's it, I think.
Miracles, but what?
I do believe. I mean, the best this is going to end up now, I believe, is 14-12 England. I think England have done it, but Scotland haven't lost hope yet.
Yeah, that's the game over, I think, on court 1, Northern Ireland seal their place. Oh, face shot, suffer that. Game over, 25 seconds. Scotland have been phenomenal in the second half, but fortunately it's England who really have just upped their game within the last 2 games last 2 sets, sorry, to take this 14-10.
Although 2 hits there.
Still a long way back.
Scotland need to produce a miracle here. And that's it. I mean, that will go 14-12 to Scotland. An admirable final score, but not what the men wanted. There is no World Cup for them.
It's devastating that there's no World Cup for Scotland. There's big celebrations for England, of course, but when you put dodgeball in the shop window and you ask for sort of new people to watch a growing sport, that's phenomenal entertainment. I mean, both teams going hell for leather for half an hour to produce such quality sporting entertainment for everybody at home. We're interested to hear what you guys thought of that one, but that was unbelievable.
Yeah, brilliant spectator sport just there.
Northern Ireland crushed it, they're through. They also now qualify for the World Cup, which is a great weekend's work, because now whoever's in the semi-final of this event means in the men's competition they automatically qualify.
And a catch there. So we'll be heading into the final few minutes of our Northern Ireland game.
Other scenes, Sweden are currently beating Austria in the men's.
In the men's, it appears, yes. There is live coverage of that as well on the World Dodgeball Association YouTube channel.
Unbelievable scenes here. Gene Harper saying, well played Scotland, it's such a sin, you're not going to be at the World Cup, you deserve to be there, we can't agree more. But also it looks like if Austria lose this, Austria men, they're not going either.
That's what it looks like.
Can you believe that from the start of the weekend?
See if I can have a...
And Sweden men would definitely be heading as well. What's the score?
It looks like from here, that is 18-4 to the Swedes. I mean, that's a big... honestly unexpected scoreline there.
Down here, congratulations on the line. Sorry, I feel a bit guilty that we've taken our eye off the ball with that game. There's so much going on around us that...
But, I mean, a huge scoreline there for Northern Ireland against the Czech Republic. They have to be pleased with that. 32-4. I mean, I think it's got to be one of the biggest differences we've seen in the tournament so far.
Yeah, some performance. Obviously, we spent most of our time watching the England-Scotland game, but at the same time, that is Sweden.
I think they're lining up again, though.
Between them through. That's also me done. Actually, we might be slightly wrong here. We might have misinformed it. The scorer table did say that Sweden were winning against Austria, but it looks like it's 18-4 the other way round.
It is. The scores have been put up on the court the wrong way round. So it is Austria up there for the win at the minute.
We're all getting a little bit carried away here.
We are, aren't we? It's far too excited. The atmosphere is just, I mean, it was high enough already and it's just taken another step up. And you can just see the women's quarterfinals getting ready. This is going to be some tough competition.
Yeah, this is where I love you and leave you guys for the afternoon, but it's been an absolute pleasure to obviously broadcast on what, for me, will be memorable stuff as a non-dodgeball specialist. To be in here sharing this with you is just unreal stuff. England v Scotland as well in the women's on court 3.
So it's looking like at the minute you've got another Scotland v England game coming up, which will be in the women's game. That will be on court 3 or 4.
As we go
and we've got the Austrian women warming up here. The Austrian women warming up on court 1, and it looks like they'll be playing the Swiss, so this should be a good game. The Austrian women have been putting in an incredible performance throughout the tournament, but the Swiss making some solid catches in several games.
Questions coming in if the England-Scotland game is being streamed. We can potentially ask the question and see what we've got, because on this one we obviously have Switzerland. Hang on. Well, there you go. What a day in the office. Crazy scenes as Scotland pay for losing earlier on to Northern Ireland. And it's that win for Northern Ireland that really gave them the easy draw in the quarter-final to win 32-4 against Czech Republic, that then see them straight through to the World Cup. That's a great weekend's work for Northern Ireland.
It is a fantastic weekend for them.
That's a huge talking point now, because most people would have said Scotland, Austria, England go through. That would be the bookies. They would say that, but no.
Northern Ireland now, though, showing what they're made of. Some brilliant wins
Square
this
Garden.
weekend.
Are you going to be there?
Not sure at this point in time.
Not sure. Right, I'm gonna love you and leave you guys. Thank you very much for your company. It's been a pleasure this afternoon. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Yeah, lucky you getting to commentate on what a fantastic game.
Yeah, I was lucky. I wasn't supposed to. I let everybody else go and watch, and then the camera went straight back to the England game. And we will see you very soon. Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you.
So we can confirm that is Austria won against Sweden on court 2. So Austria will be going to the World Cup as well. And it appears, if we just look down to the far court, it was Republic of Ireland versus the Netherlands, and the Republic of Ireland have secured the last spot. Several players just warming up now, ready for the women's quarter-final matches. What a fantastic day of dodgeball it's been here today.
Right, so we are back with the European Dodgeball Championships here in Glasgow 2017. My name's Sam Mason. I've just come back from courtside from the England men's versus the Scotland men's. What a game. What a game from both sides. England taking the win. Everyone played incredible, both teams. Such a tightly challenged game. Unfortunately for the Scots, that does mean they won't be going to the World Cup next year in America at Madison Square Gardens in New York City. A lot of emotion shown at the end of the game, both sides. Obviously, the elation from the England boys and the tears from the Scots. Over on that court that just happened then, there is now the women's game, same nations, England versus Scotland, but we will be covering this match between Austria and Switzerland. Straight after this game, there will be a couple of interviews with a player from each team, with Kelly Bowen. Peter Kummer, where do I find the results of matches? There will be a link posted into the comments soon. So we're about to get underway here. First half of the Austria versus Switzerland game. Just waiting for a couple of the players' bags and luggage to be removed from courtside to give the ball retrievers as much room as possible. There we are, Peter. The link has been uploaded into the comments for you to find the results of the matches. So any moment now will be underway. Head refs Danny Eggleton and Jake Herman here. And we're underway. Three balls with the Austrians. Hit there on the middle player. Number 7.
So the Austrian women have been looking incredibly strong throughout this entire tournament. I'd be backing them to win the top spot this time. So this should be a really good quarter-final for you guys to be watching.
Ah, to retain that European Championships, correct?
That is correct, yeah. Winners last year, for the first time ever, building on previous success that they'd had. And, you know, a hit there and a catch, but the ball was live, so the catch will still count. Ooh, very close to her teammate's face there. But that is the first set to the Austrian ladies. Just a quick check there. The Austrian's shoelace was undone, so Danny, everybody. Health and safety first.
Shout out to Danny's whistle, the Thunder 2000.
Oh, we've already had one of those today.
Oh.
Greg beat you to it.
Oh no.
And as we said, other whistles are available.
Oh, they are.
Loss of control by the Swiss player, but team's level.
2 blocks there. Stopped on the running counter. Thought better of it. Reset with the 3 balls on the Austrian side.
Just a time stop here. The Austrian player is over just to apologise. Headshots are valid in this game. They do count, but you can't help feeling quite bad if you manage to send a player to the floor.
Speaking of headshots, what did we discuss about the Scotland-England game when Brett headshotted Dan Ryan in the neutral zone, got a yellow card for it? What did we say?
Mixed opinions
Right,
over
okay.
here. Some people felt that obviously Dan Ryan was possibly goading that, thinking that they could get a player off court. You know, he could have tried to track back, he stood there and accepted the hit. However, you know, we then had the argument that they were in such close contact, he could have aimed anywhere on the player's body. Was it dangerous? He didn't throw at full force. He didn't intentionally try and hurt the other player, but still could have caused quite a lot of injury. I mean, when they were sat as close, stood rather, as close as they were.
Yeah, I can see both sides of the argument.
I do think that, you know, I think the card was given because of the risk that was taken there. You don't know what could have happened. So, referee's judgment, I think, fairly valid.
Yep, but then England did very well to be with 5 players. They were 5 minutes with 5 players, and they didn't crumble. They were under a lot of pressure, and they still stuck out. Massive shout out to both. So 3 players. Ryan Neal, who I thought played absolutely phenomenally.
He was phenomenal in that game. A lot of support for Ryan on our chat here.
Alex Harrison as well. Loads of one-on-ones he had to deal with. And the debutant, Robbie. How well did Robbie play in that game? Coming towards the end, needed to win just to secure that two-game margin. Robbie jumping, made a catch. Everyone went crazy courtside. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. All the England boys are now going for a cool down. They've done their business for the day. Over to the women. Let's hope they do well.
And you can see who Sam is supporting in this competition.
Oh, what a catch there by Anna. Off balance, jumped to her left, caught it down by her ankles.
I mean, she is a phenomenal catcher. I still remember the Belfast Championships 2 years ago, and she made a diving catch across the court to secure their win. The Swiss player putting up a fight here, though.
Obviously, yourself knowing more about the women's game than myself, would you say this is their starting 6?
You've got a lot of their key players on there. The thing about the Austrian team, they put a lot of effort into all-round training, and they have a lot of people they can bring onto this court that will have just as much an impact. So they're very lucky to have a big pool of selection. There are some key faces missing from this lineup. You can see Nicola Studeni's not on court. Haven't seen much of her this championship. You know, she has got a phenomenal counter, so you'd think this 5-ball would suit it, but she seems to be taking more of a coaching role. You'd expect to see her up there in the 6. Definitely player 1, Umreich. She is a phenomenal player, and Anna Polani playing at the number 4 position on your screens. Very good, but possibly their starting 6. I do think there's players you could quite easily slot in there instead, though.
So strengthening depth in the whole squad.
Really, they've got a fantastic pool of women across their mixed and their women's squads. For those of you who are interested, at the minute of the England-Scotland women's game, England are leading 5-1. However, in this frame, Scotland are up. 1 player left on court for the England game. And a catch from Umreich there on the end. She read the pre-throw and she just kept it secure. You see the Austrians' mood music there, if you can hear that, everybody. They've been creating a real atmosphere. Out first, but follow-up hit just in case. You see a lot of players doing that in this tournament, just to make sure in case someone catches it. If that had gone in the air, she would have counted. However, they just wanted to follow it up, make sure she
Safe play.
It is safe play. It's safe and it's smart play. So I can tell you, in fact, that last game in the England-Scotland match went to Scotland, so it is now 5-3 to the English in the women's quarter-final on that court. Oh! And that counts as a catch. Now her hands are on the ball, catch between the legs. And the catch time, she secured it with the ball.
That is an unbelievable catch.
I just went up over her knees, didn't it, and just got wedged underneath the ball.
Using the ball to secure the catch.
Austria showing a very united and strong front here. Catch made there.
So, 3 players left in here for the Swiss, all 6 still in for Austria. 8-0 to Austria. Let's see if Swiss can start to come back.
I'd hope to see by the end of this game a couple of points on the scoreboard for the Swiss women.
Absolutely.
They've worked really hard. They've shown real development in the last couple of years. We noted that they did compete for the first time in 2010, and then we didn't see them again until last Euros.
Right, okay.
So they've obviously had a lot of development, disbanded for a while.
Got back together.
Got back together.
Like, take that. They are the take that of dodgeball.
Just need to rise to the success. Take that down.
Have a little patience. Sorry about that. And now they back for good. You'd pray.
You stop.
Okay, I'll stop there. I'll stop there. Last one.
And 6 players on against 5.
Evie, if Scotland lose the women's, are they also not going to NYC? I believe that's true.
That is correct, yeah. So players have to at least get out of the quarterfinals today to be able to go to New York. So the Scotland women, again, hoping for a win here. However, the England women also hoping for the win. They are not the reigning world champions.
Yeah, so they also
Australia.
need...
They need this win. Both teams need the win to be able to go to New York. So that will be a very tense game over on court 4.
3.
Courts are labelled in incredibly... Oh, did she get it?
Catch and out,
catch
Danny
and out, but she
there.
secured the catch. We've definitely seen the Swiss women develop their catches over the day. Oh, she got it out afterwards, but no, they're saying no catch. However, the Swiss player is on the line anyway. The Austrian player just stepped on the line. You can see that was Anna Polani, though, with her catch, and she does like to dive for those catches. Nearly had it, though. Yes, as I was saying, the Swiss player's catching ability has really started to show across the course of this tournament.
Indeed.
You can see a little bit in the wicks, particularly if you watch in the women's, sorry, if you watch their mixed game, the women in that tournament as well, very strong catchers. Great dodging here from the Swiss women. Just a bit of lateral movement, trying to avoid the Austrians' attack. Austrians very much in control of this game at the moment, though, not taking any unnecessary risks. And brilliant dodge there, just missed it. The ball's crossed in the air there. Lovely throw from the Austrians, crossing the balls, adds a bit of angles. Something that you would utilise a lot there, Sam, a cross throw?
Yes, absolutely. Looking for the cross throw, dropping, looking for the catch as well. Oh, she took that away from her teammate. Looking for the diving catch to her left. Got blocked in front.
Right, they've all had a lot of catches. I'm sure they can let that one go.
They want everyone, don't they? They want every single catch.
I think it's the right attitude to have, though, you know, making the sensible choices. But if you think you can get it, back yourself to get that catch. Oh, my goodness, the Swiss players are flying out of the court there.
So here we go. It's a 3-ball attack for the Austrians, released all 3.
As you would expect them to, you know. One player left, last in. Your most effective attack is going to be release all of the balls you have to secure a hit.
So 4 minutes, 15 seconds left in this first half. 14-0 to Austria.
I think we could be looking at seeing quite a big scoreline here. Austria, just a very powerful team. And a catch.
I think that bounced.
No, they are calling it catch.
Oh,
I thought her fingers were just under that. Perfect covering there from the Austrian.
No mercy shown there.
Swiss trying to put the pressure on there. The Austrians very bold. They're up the court with no ball, trusting her teammate to protect her, and another catch.
Let's see what they do here with 3-ball attack. Holding one.
And I would expect them here. The Swiss player, I believe, is going to have the majority. Not all balls are on court yet. Yeah, oh, they are. They go from the back.
Catch.
Yeah. But the Austrians were there ready to finish it off.
Absolutely.
They weren't waiting around. They want as many points as they can get here, even though points are not as crucial at this stage because it is knockout.
Exactly, so why would just take your time? I would like to save myself for tomorrow.
Interesting point, I could see that. However, I think the Austrians, from their past play, they tend not to slow it down. They tend to be quite an aggressive team, and they like to go full out all the time. I think it keeps their momentum. I think when they slow it down, that's actually when you start to notice some mistakes on their team.
Okay, fair enough.
There you go, and just that signal that, yep, our ball's alive, you can retrieve those. And I haven't seen a 5-ball attack from the Austria women yet, so this is exciting.
Middle hold.
Oh, good, yeah, middle hold there, an interesting tactic.
Yeah, I think that was a deflection hit on number 8 as well. So 2 hits there.
Yeah.
It's really what you'd expect from a 4-ball out of a 5-ball attack. At least 2 hits. So the Swiss for the majority here, 3 balls, releasing 2, and getting the hit there on player 1.
Team's level at the minute.
Oh, headshot there.
And a dropped catch. Switzerland had the lead.
Why did the third
I'm
Austrian...
not sure why the third Austrian player. I can only assume she stepped on the line. She wasn't hit or caught out. Well, there you go. Points on the board for Switzerland. They'll be
Lovely, that's what we wanted.
very happy with that. Oh, just trying to protect her face there, blocking that down. But a brilliant counter from the Swiss number 17 there. Keeping the teams nice and even.
Taking out Steiner, number 23. Quick update on court 3, the England women versus Scotland women. It's now 11-3, second half. just started. 14 minutes left to play.
And that is to England, 11-3 to England, just for those of you if you're only joining now.
There you go, Evie, we've just updated you with that England score.
And that is the first half over on court 1 here with Austria with a phenomenal lead, 18-2. I think the Austrians look well on track to win this and progress to the semi-finals. Now you can see here, Austria very relaxed in their half-time break.
Yeah, nothing to really worry about.
No.
Nicola's there just smiling away, not even saying anything. She doesn't need to.
You know, the women on that team are playing so well today. Really good communication between them and just confidence is what I love about the Austrian team. They are confident in what they are doing and deservedly so. Interesting to know what the Swiss team are saying now. You know, this will be putting their heads together. How can we come back from this? I mean, they would need a 1 in a million turnaround.
Absolutely.
Here.
Every single player would have to play like they've never played before. So we'll just give you a quick heads up of what's left to come. This is the penultimate game of today's fixtures. Next we have a Czech Republic versus a Republic of Ireland mixed game. I believe that's a playoff for positional standings.
It is. So these are the teams that didn't get out of the quarterfinals. Not out of the groups, into the quarterfinals, sorry. So looking for the positional ranking now. A bit more game time for them.
And then looking forward to the finals day tomorrow, semi-finals and finals day.
Very exciting day tomorrow. Can't believe how quickly it's come around. Just yesterday starting all the groups. And this day has absolutely flown by. Incredible dodgeball played here today by everybody.
So it looks like we're
lining up, getting ready to go.
Getting ready to go, absolutely there, Kelly.
England have increased their lead on the England-Scotland game, 13-3 now. England in the lead.
Just over 12 minutes to go.
So some time for the Scotland ladies there to come back fighting, but again, it will be a tough ask. Okay, and we are about to kick off again here on court 1.
Dubious false start there by Emmerich, number 22.
But referees didn't seem to think so that's fine then.
She kind of like thought it herself, like she kind of like stopped and started again.
And I think because no one called it, she was like, oh, maybe I didn't then, so sort of second-guessed herself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lovely dodge, almost gliding to her right there. Nice pre-throw dodge there from Weber, the Austrian number 9. And just putting on that pressure.
Yeah, good pressure from 4-3 holding there. That's what that hold is for.
Oh, what a lovely throw. Austria, interestingly, do seem to hold the middle ball quite a lot on their throw, whereas most nations do prefer to hold that ball on a wing to put the pressure on. But
yeah, usually hold the ball that is opposite
the player with the ball.
The player with the ball in the opposite team.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you can attack another player that doesn't have any balls and then put that pressure on that person with the ball in their team, pin them back into there.
Oh, she didn't get the catch. It just went too far out of her reach. You can see here Austria has made some changes, couple more players on. You can see Juliette Noble has joined the court. A very formidable player in her own right.
Number 6.
Number 6, that's correct. Which is exactly what I was talking about earlier, saying you can just swap any of these women out for each other.
Absolutely.
Very good.
Good pressure. Getting the hit as well.
Okay, but a lovely attack there from the Swiss women and a brilliant delay to get the hit. Don't think Austria were expecting that. I feel like Switzerland have got a bit more aggressive in this second half. I think that might be what their coach was saying to them. Go for those hits, go for those catches. They seem to be much more up the court with their counters. Could probably push into the neutral zone a bit further. They're still hanging back, looking a little bit afraid of the Austrians, but there you go. Took that extra step there and a brilliant shot on her shoulder. And Switzerland level. Catch though from Kremser. And another one. She'll be happy with that. You see Weber there on the other end, really wanting that catch. Couldn't quite secure it though. Didn't go for it, rather.
Final play there, taking that hit. Austria extend their lead 22-2.
And you can see they don't hold back at all here. They fully commit to every throw. They don't take it easy, think, oh, she's a bit nearer to me. They commit to everything, which I think it should be, you know. You don't play dodgeball if you're afraid of getting hit.
No,
so the other team should be able to just follow through with those throws.
Have we mentioned the Austrians' personalised team bibs?
Not in this game, we haven't.
So, instead of having the bibs provided by the EDBF for this tournament, Austria brought their own Dodgeball Austria bibs with Golden Retriever 00 on the back. They do look pretty lush, to be fair.
But that's a very true Austrian form there, you know, just a bit of sense of humour, bit of atmosphere. I wondered if we would see a suicide.
Misses.
Yeah, look, you know, the Swiss player went for the hit there, but she is already out because she didn't get the hit. In an interview with Anna Polania, she did say they were going to be trying some different things later on, and in their game against the Swedes that they had to finish their group, and subsequent games if it worked. And I think suicides were one of those. We've seen a lot from their men this tournament, and they've really obviously been practicing it. Lovely hits there.
Yeah, great teamwork by the Austrians there, successfully completing a double running counter.
Just getting a bit of input from their coach there. Obviously spotted something.
They look to be enjoying the games today.
Let's move it in. Deep in thought about it.
Deep in thought. Contemplate. I think that that gentleman there, he plays for London Storm, just contemplating his long journey back.
I share his pain. I share his pain. Yeah, a lot of the London Storm players here competing in various nations.
A lot of support as well. I know that a group of those got to train up here today.
This morning.
Yeah, I saw Jamie Dartnell of England
amazing.
Academy there supporting the England boys against Scotland.
And there you go, there's the Austrian women. They need to get back over though, but two of them, in fact, did all three of them miss? That's 3 players out. Oh, they're calling out for an invalid after she managed to dodge 3 sacrifices.
In a previous game with the Austrian women, they produced 4 sacrifices at the same time.
On 4 separate players?
On 4 separate players.
Wow.
They finished the game.
And that's impressive. You know, I mean, it's not an easy thing to do anyway, and then you've all got to coordinate who you're throwing at as well, and they've managed to land them. Okay, so Austria have the advantage here again. 2 hits there. I don't think the Noble noticed there that she'd been hit on the ricochet. You can see her just going, apology from her teammate. But I get it, good honesty, she had noticed.
Absolutely.
She did turn around and say, actually, yeah, I did just knock that ball into you, so you are out as well. But no worries, the rest of their team can finish off. I think it must be a real pleasure to play on the Austrian team. They are all so positive and so friendly with each other.
Absolutely.
And you can see they don't blame each other for any of their mistakes. There is no animosity. It's very much accepted. Some players can get frustrated when that happens, and we do see that across the nations, because it's a tough situation to be in, especially if you don't feel like it's something you've done. But at the end of the day, dodgeball is a team game.
Absolutely. Good pressure there by the Noble number 6. Just getting their team back there, settled with the balls. Now they've got 4. What can they do?
Lovely throwing
Hits.
together there. I have to say, I think in these games you focus a lot on the people who are playing on the wing, because they are making the counters. And that catch, oh my goodness me, catching out. So a player is out, no one on her team to come in. However, has benefited the team. But it can't be underestimated what these players in the middle do. They are very much continuously throwing when they've got the majority, particularly in this instance when Austria is having that advantage so much. Lovely dodge from the Swiss player there. Lots of cheers you can hear that are from the Scotland side. The Scotland women just won a game which will take them to 17-5 to England, with only 4 minutes left on the clock there. Similar time left on here. Swiss player with the balls, and a catch there.
Also another quarter-final happening over on Court 2, which is being live streamed onto the YouTube channel of the World Dodgeball Association. You've got Greg Whitehouse and Jake Canner over there commentating on that one. The 2 guys who commentated all the way through the World Cup last year in Manchester.
And in most of the previous European Championships.
Absolutely.
As well.
So that game is between Northern Ireland and Italy women. Current score 9-7 to Northern Ireland.
Okay, so timeout has been taken here. Austria having a bit more of a chat here now than they did in the half-time. I think coach must have just picked up on a few pointers that they could work on there. And there's the Austrian mascot, brought along to every single championship that they enter. And a bit of a dance party as well from the Czech and the Swedes there. That ball just a bit wide for her to receive.
Yeah, just that one bounced down the player on the left there. The Noble number 6, not quite making the hit.
Big catch there from Steiner in the middle. thought about the catch, but
yeah,
didn't
she wanted
go
that.
for
She
it.
wanted it.
That frustration you feel when you're like, I could have got that catch, especially when you're like, that was the one, and then if you don't get another one, very frustrating. Not so bad in this situation because they are significantly ahead of the game. Oh, what a catch!
Anna Polani, number 21, middle of the court.
She just couldn't get out of the way of that. No, didn't think so. Great pressure from the Swiss player there.
Yeah, just releasing that second ball, just in case.
Trying to put on a bit of pressure, but throw didn't quite hit its target. Looked for the catch, just body wasn't behind it. Very important to try and get your body behind the ball in this game.
Absolutely, set your feet.
Yeah.
Set your feet, body in great position. Or I would always advise, when you set your feet on your toes, on the balls of your feet, and when you're going for the catch, if it may not be behind your body, use your hands like a goalkeeper and follow it. Always follow the ball with your hands, because then you've got your arms behind it, and you can then quickly bring it into your body.
Exactly. You know, your body is generally used to secure it in most situations. And as Sam said, on the balls of your feet allows for that lateral movement, so you can try and get your body behind it in most situations. Hit on her foot there, just tripped over her own feet as she was going backwards.
If she managed to flick that up and then catch it on the floor, that would have been ridiculous. I was at England training a couple of months ago. Simon Jones did something very similar. He was stood at the back of the court. He got hit. It popped in front of him. He flicked it up with his hand. Another ball came towards him. He dodged out of the way of that. 360 turn, then kicked the ball and then caught it. Unbelievable. That kid can do amazing things.
Can't always repeat that, can you?
Ed Pickering, Sam Mason are giving catching advice. The only reason I'm giving catching advice, Ed, is because I learned from the best, mate.
Now you're going to try and sweet talk, are you?
Absolutely. I can always dig myself out of a hole.
Don't fall for it.
I learned the best from you, mate. Absolutely.
Okay, and Austria, yeah, making another starting run here. So quick up the court there.
Absolutely.
You know, she dodged 2 balls, it was like weaving in and out of it.
So Switzerland with 4 balls here, probably going to release 3. No, released all 4. Open to the counter, and number 10 goes out.
Very bold move there, releasing all 4. I just think Switzerland want the hits here, but they've left themselves in such a vulnerable position by doing that.
Yep, 1 out previous to that volley. That volley produced 2 outs.
What a catch to seal the game there. We can let you know that the Scotland-England game has finished 19-7 to England, so the England women will be going to New York.
Well done, England girls there, well done.
There you go, we just seen the end of that there. Handshake, smiles all around. The Scotland women put in a brilliant performance just at the end to bring that score a bit higher than it was. Lovely dodge. Looked like she was going to double backwards, but regained her balance. Oh, the Swiss player putting on a bit of pressure there. Nice to see Switzerland being quite aggressive.
the Swiss players trying a suicide of their own there.
Ed Picken, record high score. Let me just try and see if I can find that information for you, sir.
And that is that game finished.
Right, so Kelly is on her way down to courtside to see if she can grab a couple of team members from that match there, one from each team. Yes, Ed, 38-2 England was a high score. I'm not sure if there was a 40 somewhere. Yes, there was a 40, a 40-0 Italy versus Sweden in the mixed. Italy beat Sweden in the mixed tournament 40-0, so that is the record. Same amount of games, but one team being unbeaten. So final score there, 37-3. Didn't really expect anything less from the Austrians. Very strong team there. I believe Kelly has grabbed a couple of people. Just got a couple of general public members trying to steal the limelight, trying to get in front of the camera. She wants her 10 seconds of fame. Right, so over to Kelly now. She's got one member of the Austrian and one member of the Swiss.
Okay, so we've just finished watching the Austria and Switzerland quarter-final on court one, and we're joined by members of both teams here. So we're just going to ask you first, how do you feel that that game went? Are you happy with your team's overall performance?
I'm really happy. I just think the most amazing thing in our team is that we can all rely on each other and that we know our chemistry is so well, so I'm really looking forward to tomorrow.
So I'm really happy too. It was unbelievable to be here in quarterfinal because in Switzerland we are only 15 girls that play dodgeball. So it's new for Switzerland, and it's amazing to be here and to play with Austria because
That's brilliant. We didn't know there was such a low number there in Switzerland, but well done to you guys for being here, and you have played so well this tournament. So just a final question for you. We're not sure who you're going on to play now, but how are you feeling about it is Slovenia. Oh, how are you feeling about that one? Close rivalry there, isn't there?
Yeah, it is. So also in our league they're competing with us, so yeah. We know each other pretty well, but I hope we will win.
Okay. Thank you, both of you. Well played, and you are free to go.
So thank you, Kelly, for those brilliant interviews there. That will be the Austrians through to their semi-final tomorrow. So, unfortunately, because of the time delay, we are quite far behind. So, the mixed Czech Republic game against the Republic of Ireland, that will be moved to tomorrow morning. So that is all done for today here on Court 1. Yeah, so hopefully tune in tomorrow. Our first game on Court 1 should be on at 8:45, the men's France game versus the men's Wales. So join us there, 8:45, should be all on time. If not, should be only about 15 minutes behind. So catch you then. Goodbye.